Hi, this is Faith, and you are watching The Faith Factor. Holla. All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. You are watching The Faith Factor, and I am your humble host, Faith. And today we're going to get right back on what we were talking about, a better class of women. And the title of this video today is, hey, you got to have courage not to be liked. And as a matter of fact, you should not be ashamed to say that you are a classy lady and that you got morals, standards, and values. There's a lot of shaming going on right now amongst our community of women, especially the Black female community, where we want to tell each other who can talk and who can't talk, who has a right to have an opinion about something and who doesn't have a right to have an opinion about something. And I'm here to tell you, most of the time it's always the loudest, dumbest, and those who have no vision for the future and nothing good in mind for future generations. They would like to keep the status quo. So if somebody comes along and kind of shakes it up a little bit, somebody comes along and say, you know what, we've been doing this for a while now and it has not been working. Maybe we should try something else, or maybe we should go back to a time where it was working. Well, the people that benefit from a broken system, they're going to be the first ones to jump out of the gate, out of the woodwork, out of the bushes, or wherever they hail from. And they're going to be the first ones to want to throw a monkey wrench in that idea, because it is to their best interest to protect their toxicity, because they cannot see themselves rising further than that. And because they can't see themselves rising further than that, they want to stop everybody else from rising too. So now enter the classy woman. Well, the classy woman, she is the most silenced woman. The conservative woman, the woman that has morals, values, and standards, she is the most silent and silenced woman. If she speaks her mind about her morals, her standards, and her values, she is immediately shamed. And why is that? Why do we want to silence someone who isn't toxic for the community? Well, like I said, the crabs in the barrel mentality. If I can't be it, you can't be it either. And so we tell classy women who are conservative, you're jealous. You're jealous of the less conservative woman. You're jealous of the woman who has who doesn't carry herself with any class, standards, morals, or values. You're jealous of her because she's more free than you. This is what they will try to peddle off to you. The woman that's more free, that doesn't have any moral standards and values, she's more free than you, the classy lady. And this is absolutely false. Some of these women who are out here doing the most in the name of freedom, you know, the ones that run over to the freak Nick in the name of freedom, Well, later on in life, when the freaknik pictures come back to hunt them, now all of a sudden that freedom don't feel so good because now they trying to have a family, they trying to raise some kids, they trying to, get their conservative lady on. And they don't want to be seen in that light, even though they still haven't changed much of their ways. Oh, I'm going to still dress a certain way. I'm going to still cuss up a storm. And I'm working on myself with the cussing. I'm not saying that I'm any better because I have to improve in some areas too. But you want to, live a lady lifestyle, but you don't want to actually be a lady. And when you run into real ladies, you get mad. Women, ladies, I want to ask you something. Have you ever experienced encountering a woman and this woman just didn't like you? And you're wondering why the hell doesn't this woman like you? It could either be because you are sexy and you are what they call quote unquote free and she's jealous of that, or nobody talks about the other way around. Nobody talks about the flip side of that, in that you are a lady and she's not, and she's jealous of the fact that you are respected and she is not. That's what it all comes down to. Everywhere she goes, as soon as somebody gets mad at her, they call her what she is. They call her a hoe. Because when people get mad at you, they gonna say how they really feel about you. But everywhere you go, you get respect. Nobody is calling you a hoe, because that's not how you presented yourself and that's not how you lived your life. And so when you encounter the other woman that doesn't get the respect and she sees you who do get respect, she doesn't like you. She can't stand your very existence. And so you're getting these microaggressions out of nowhere. You don't know where it's coming from. And you say to yourself, what did I do to you? How and why do you hate me so much on such a high level that every time I enter the room, you're throwing out these microaggressions? You're always trying to undermine me. You want me to be dumb. You want me not to have a mind of my own. You want me not to shine. You want to dim my light. And you want to try to place me in the same category as you, knowing that we are not the same. Spiritual Israel says, yep, I experienced that. I know I have. If any of you have watched Miss Olivia's video yesterday, she had a video up on faith versus Bomb Cherry. And also you can look at Reaction Satisfaction's videos that he did where Bomb Cherry and I were facing off. And I'm telling you, that is exactly what it is. So yesterday, Reaction Satisfaction reacted to Miss Olivia's video, and he did a great job. Please go over there when you get a chance. If you have not had a chance to watch Reaction Satisfaction's video that he did last night, please make sure that you do. Sister George, I'm getting my turn. You're absolutely right. It's an interesting change of events. Yes, it's my turn now, Sister George. You had your turn and now it's my turn. But hey, I accept my karma because I did it to you and now it's happening to me with the same set of vipers. But that doesn't mean that the things that I said to you on a personal level between you and I that I didn't mean, Sister George. That's one thing that you will know about me. I say what I mean and I do mean what I say. But yeah, it's an interesting turn of events. And yeah, if you want to come up and talk about it, feel free. I don't have any malice towards you. Like I said, I got my 10 laughs after that situation. I actually did that video because I thought it was funny, but didn't mean for. Let me get my mic together. Make sure all my connections are set here. Yeah, it is what it is. I've moved past it, and I don't really take a lot of this seriously because on YouTube, this is what you run into. But I'm talking about in real life. You're going to run into the chick that can't stand your dirty draws. Can't stand it. And you have no idea why. You walk in the room and even the scent of your perfume before you even hit the room, the scent of your perfume. I had a lady tell me that my perfume irked her. And I like to wear a nice, classy fragrance. Wasn't anything that's going to be, offensive to the nostril. But she couldn't even stand my perfume. And I'm telling you, it's not so much about your beauty. It's not so much about your shape. It's not so much about the clothes you wear. It's not even about you being married or not being married. It's about the type of woman that you are that other woman has not achieved to be yet. And she hates that she's not there. And rather than her step up her game, she's going to try to lower your self-esteem and try to lower you down to being at her level. Thanks, Sister George. Sister George says you shouldn't. We are striving in real life. YouTube is a cesspool pool of fuckery. Exactly. And that's it. I have a lot of wins under my belt. I have a successful career. I have been to college, experienced that whole college life, dorm life. My parents, they gave me that. And I'm thankful to them for that. I was able to break through many barriers that Black women were not supposed to break through, like becoming successful in the trucking industry, having my own business in the trucking industry. Hell, they didn't even have too many Black female trainers in the industry that I'm in. And I came in here, I kicked down every door, I knocked down every ceiling, and I excelled. And I didn't do it by trying to conquer the world with my vagina. But here, I have jealous and judgmental. These are the two J's that women in the lower echelon of society will try to place on you. This is the label they will try to place on you when you try to talk about your conservative standards and values. They'll tell you that you're jealous and you're too judgmental to shut you up. Because if you talk to other women about having standards, morals, values, boundaries, if you talk to other women about this, other women might also want to have standards, morals, values, and boundaries. And then you know what happens? What will happen is then society will be able to distinguish again the ladies from the bimbos. Because see, right now there's a thin line between a regular woman and a bimbo. You can't tell the difference anymore. Now you can see a woman walking down the street wearing fishnets and booty shorts, high heels, titties out, and you would think, oh, that's a streetwalker, right? And then you as a guy approach her like she's a hooker, and lo and behold, she's a college student. Or if you go down to the Vegas Strip, the hookers and the prostitutes on the strip don't look like hookers and prostitutes anymore. They look like college students. They look so conservative. So you don't know who's who anymore. So now the only thing you have to go by is a person's actions and how they carry themselves, their morals, their values, their standards, their core beliefs. That's all you have to go by anymore. That's sad that we cannot distinguish the regular women from the hookers and the prostitutes anymore. But now, if we talk about having this better class of women, if we talk about this and we talk about the characteristics that involve being a classy lady and being a class act, and if enough women act on that, then we will again be able to distinguish the Claire Huxtables from the Cardi B's. And guess what? The Cardi B's of the world don't want that to happen. They will do any and everything to prevent that from happening, because right now the Cardi B's, they get to be labeled ladies so long as they're able to find some idiot to marry them. They can be like, I'm a respectable woman, Sugar Avery. I was married now. I'm respectable. I'm respectable. But you still a hoe. You ain't changed not one behavior that distinguishes you from the other hoes. Yesterday on Commendable K's channel, he did an interview with a sugar baby / prostitute. And she was talking about how she was married. And so she felt as if she could sit at the table with classy women. I'm married. I might be a hoe. I might be a prostitute, but I'm married. And I'm just as good as you. So, ladies, let's talk about this being just as good as the next woman, because there's a lot of shaming going on here. If I say that I'm better than a cracked out heroin addict prostitute, I'm being judgmental. I can't say that me and her are not the same. If I say that me and you are not the same, I'm being judgmental and I'm jealous of the prostitute. Can you believe this? Jealous of the prostitute. Now, mind you, I'm well accomplished, educated, didn't have to, lay on my back to get to where I am. But I'm supposed to believe that you and I are the same. And I can't say that I'm better than that. Is this what you're trying to tell me? And other women have adopted this mindset to the point where you even have classy ladies who are conservative that will beat up on you too, to spare the feelings of the bimbos who offer nothing to society, by the way. Oh, we can't be talking like this. We can't be too judgmental of each other. We're all the same. Nobody's better than the next person. Bullshit. I'll be damned if I be compared to a bimbo. The hell out of here. Fuck you think this is? And so that's where you have to draw the line in the sand. No, sis, we ain't the same. Which brings me to my next point. Superiority versus knowing you are above certain people in certain situations. Now, it's one thing to walk around here with your chest out thinking you're superior to the next human being. See, that's where white people got it wrong, thinking that they were superior to black people and calling us 3/4 of a human being. Now, on a human level, me and the hooker are two human beings. And on that level, we are the same. She deserves the respect of her humanity. And on that level, I'm not going to exert superiority over you. But I know I'm better than you as far as the situations that we find ourselves in. Because I did not go down that road that you went down. I made different choices than you made. And if I made mistakes, I put in the work to correct them. And that does make me the better person. And we got to start knowing the difference and unapologetically owning it. You got to be unapologetic. And so this goes back to the courage not to be liked. I'm glad Sister George is here because there's a lot of stuff that Sister George says that I agree with, because she and I are both conservative. I do identify a lot with the things that Sister George in Concrete Rose says. And there's some things that they say I don't agree with. But I do admire Concrete Rose and Sister George because they are courageous. They don't give a damn about not being liked by everybody. And neither do I. Ladies, it is not unladylike for you not to be liked. Did you know that it's okay if everybody don't like you? And in exercising that courage not to be liked, you're unapologetic about your standards. When you find yourself feeling as if you have to stifle yourself in the presence of another woman who has no agency over you whatsoever, then you become a slave to that woman. Do not ever find yourself in position where you are submitting to another woman. I will not submit to any other woman. I am my own woman. I have agency over myself. My thoughts and my feelings are my own. I am entitled to my opinions, especially if I'm being respectful about it. And who are you to try to shame me into being silent? Who are you to try to shame me into thinking that I'm no better when I know I'm better? So now let's talk about being a class act. Because, there's a article in the business journals. I like I said, I read a lot of self-help material. And there's an article in the business journals because I'm a business lady. And it says how to be a class act and attract top-notch people. And they break down what class is. So let's break it down. C. C is for calm, courteous, and in control. So people who have class, they carry themselves in a certain way. They stay calm under pressure. They don't lose their temper. They are respectful and use good manners. They don't use crude language or criticize or complain in public. They don't interrupt others. And I still have to work on some of that. I tried to, keep my cool yesterday when I was on that stream. It was hard. But, I've been doing a lot of work with myself. And I aspire to be that classy lady. I know I got a long way to go. The L in class is for living by high standards. If you want to get your notepads out, this is some good information. The L in class is living by high standards. The C in class was for calm, courteous, and in control. So you want to be calm, courteous, and in control. And L is for living by high standards. So a class act is a person who sets goals in both their career and their personal life. They're not afraid to step out of their comfort zone and push themselves beyond their limits to see how successful they can become. The habitual line steppers. Go ahead and push the limits. See how successful you can become. Nothing makes a failure but somebody who tried in the first place, and you learn from your mistakes. So push those limits. Don't be afraid. The A in class is for you're above it all. A class act takes the high road and refuses to stoop to the level of their adversaries. Now, Bum Cherry Juice did I guess 3 or 4 hour stream about me and my man yesterday. And all throughout her stream, she called me names. Dumb, da dum, dumb, 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 dumb. You know, she's real how can I say, kindergartenish. She acts like a kindergartner. Dumb, 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 dumb. That's all she was doing. And she sounded dumb. You're the one that's dumb. You cannot put together a PowerPoint style presentation like this, and you're mad. Get your shit together. Step up your game. Stop trying to bring down other women, Bomb Cherry. Get your weight up. So A is for being above it all. You don't have to apologize for your unfortunate words because you know better than to give in to the heat of the moment. Don't give in to the heat of the moment. Be above it all. So today I decided I'm going to be above it all. Now, the first S in class is for self-respect, which is something that I talked about in the very first video. But of course, people like Bomb Cherry only wanted to talk about being able to dress like a hoe. But let's talk about self-respect and respect for others as well. Don't gossip. Don't say mean and petty things about others. The sign of someone who lacks class is that they gossip, Bomb Cherry. They say mean and petty things, Bomb Cherry again. They take every opportunity to make others feel good about themselves and appreciate it. That's what you're supposed to do. You're like what I try to do with Black women. I like to support other Black women, whether I agree with them or don't agree with them. I still want to support. And I can't see the comments right now. So if you guys are commenting, I'm going to read them off once I get through this. So the first S in class is self-respect and respect for others. The second S, you got your notepads out, is for self-confidence without being arrogant. Someone with class, they understand their abilities, they're not afraid to use them, and you can develop confidence just like any muscle or character trait if you're willing to work hard. So a class act will also increase the confidence of others. Don't be afraid to give that sister a compliment, not just about how she looked, but you know what? We as Black women, we think that, oh, if we say, oh, you look so pretty, you look so beautiful, that's nice. But if I find out that a sister just achieved something great in her personal life, I'm going to also compliment her on her achievements. I'm going to recognize her for her intelligence. Just like with Atari, I looked at Atari's gift for editing and I said, hey, you got a gift here. These are some of the best edits I've seen from a female in this space. That is what a class act does. You boost others up. You increase the confidence in others. Now, the A in the word act. The A is for accountability. Class acts take responsibility for their actions and results, whether it's a success or a failure. So, in the case of the young lady that sent the news, she was a victim, right? But let's take responsibility for how we put ourselves in position to be victimized like this over and over again. Doesn't mean that you're any less of a victim, but it means that you're taking personal responsibility for your own safety and privacy. So the A in ACT is for accountability. And then we can go over to the C portion, and that is for compassion. Classy people understand that helping someone up will never pull you down. So compassion is a vital part of class acts. Compassion feels and whispers, "I'll help." Class acts really care. So yesterday I was being tag team by three women at once on Miss Oracle's panel. Miss Oracle, she tried to be, impartial. But it was a jumping. And so Woman's Fear came and she had compassion for me, even though she and I don't see eye to eye on many things. But she had compassion. That's a class act trait. And there have been many times that Woman's Fear has exhibited many classy traits. Don't sleep on Woman's Fear. So she came in and she tried to be compassionate and understand my position and my point of view and where I was coming from and explain it to the other ladies on the panel. And last but not least, the T is for trust, truthfulness, and integrity. These are the bases for trust. Classy people are trustworthy and understand the importance of maintaining confidentiality. To me, the most important 5-letter word in business is trust. So if my sister tells me a secret, she trusts me with that information, right? That means that she doesn't think that I'm going to tell that information to anybody else. If my sister gives me a photo of herself and it's a photo of her after a before and after of what she had surgery on herself for, she trusts me not to give that picture to anyone else or broadcast it online. And I'm telling you, it's so many examples of women breaching the trust of other women on here. So many examples. And that leads me to the next thing that I want to talk about. I want to talk about the backstabbing. It be so much backstabbing going on amongst Black women that Black women actually have PTSD from it because we don't trust each other. And moderators, if you see people coming in here talking about anything other than the topic, please blast their ass off into oblivion. Because I'm not doing that here today. This is a serious subject, and I want to stay on my topic. As a matter of fact, hold on a second. Do I need to wrench up some more folks? 1 second. Do I need to wrench up this? Okay, no, everybody's wrenched up that needs to be wrenched up. You got Black women that have breached each other's trust so bad. So damn bad. That we have PTSD behind it. We have Black women who have overstepped so many boundaries that we don't trust other women. Like so many women. Like if you have been cheated on so many times by so many different men, it makes you not trust men as a whole. And I know that's wrong, but it's the same thing with women. If your sister has breached your boundaries and your trust so many times, you begin to not trust other women. And so it's very difficult and it's very hard to be open with each other because you think that she's going to snake you. I know I have that feeling. Like I said, it took me about within the last 6 or 7 years, it took me a while to start opening up to other women where I could actually have good friendships with other women. Took a while for that. Oh, I didn't know a bit tied didn't have a wrench. Hold on. I thought I had given her a wrench. Well, hold on. Let me find a bit tied name here. Sorry about that, honey. I thought spiritual Israel. I see I didn't moderate. I am so sorry. I don't get my sister. Now, Water Sniper, you was wrenched up at one point, and then you started abusing your wrench. So you still on probation. Nothing, personal, but I still remember that. Says my battery is running low, but I got my laptop plugged in. What's going on with that? Okay, let's see here. Might have to move it over to the cell phone or something. Or maybe this is working. Okay. All right. Now I'm not in danger of being bumped off because I'm losing signal battery. But yeah, no problem, a bit tied. No problem. So, ladies, we have got to start opening ourselves up a little bit more. I'm not saying run out there and just start trusting your sisters right off the bat, but just be open to vetting and getting to know your fellow sister. And you can be vulnerable in little ways, just subtle little ways, just to test the waters to see if there can be some trust there. And that's how I made my connections. I vetted my friends and I was willing to be vulnerable, just a little vulnerable. There's nothing wrong with being just a little vulnerable. But now I'm done with my spiel. What I want to do is that CK had a great live stream yesterday. And I want to share the end of that live stream when I came up onto the panel and we had our closing thoughts. And then after that, I'm going to open up the panel and I'll let some people come up and we're going to do further discussion on this topic. So, ladies, think about this. Why are you ashamed to say that you are a lady, that you have class, that you have morals, that you have standards, you have values, you're conservative? Why is that? And why do you not to be liked? think about that as you watch this live stream. Okay, let me open up this. I'm with this tiny laptop here, so I'm struggle streaming with it. I hope you guys can see that. Let me turn my mic volume down. Let me know if there's an echo or you have any problems hearing audio.
Well, are we ready to be sugar babies? Are we ready to, stop being a better class of people, specifically women, and just be sugar babies, webcam models, and entertainers? Are we ready for that?
Well, I mean, there is definitely a indistinguishable line between the ladies and the prostitutes and cam and sugar babies. Is we you can't tell anymore. Just can't. So if a guy is walking down the street and he sees a chick wearing a you call a scantily clad outfit, she might not be a hooker. That might just be a regular chick just out and about.
So she's a regular. She looks like a regular chick walk out and about, but she might really be selling pussy.
Mm-hmm. And in the same token, the chick that's dressed conservative, well, she might be the biggest hoe. We don't know anymore. The lines are blurred.
So let me ask you this. So after watching or rewatching interaction you had on Olivia's channel earlier, me doing my commentary as far as a reaction, what are your thoughts on what happened after watching the replay?
My basically not for me to have a conversation, to kind of be dogpiled on, and pretty much just everybody, coming at me at all directions. Do that to anybody on the paper, and it was okay for them to accuse me of doing it when I did not do it. The very same things that they accused me of doing, they did it several times on that live stream. But for some reason or another, I'm the bad person because I simply have a video that says we need a better class of women. Just for me talking about women bettering themselves, I'm judging women. I'm blaming. I'm saying that they want to be sexually assaulted. I'm responsible because of what they wear. All things that I never said. But they can do this to me because they did do it to me. I didn't do it to nobody. I had a general video, a general topic, and a general idea and concept that and they personalized it. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and it came out that, Bomb Cherry said she doesn't quote unquote fuck with you. She like you. And, you've supported her. I've heard you support her. Everybody else has seen you support her. You've said great things about her and her channel. You've been on, I think maybe on her panel. Not really sure about that, but no, actually you
Yeah, a
have.
few
'Cause you were talking
times.
to Women's
I've
one
been on
time.
her panel. I've never really said anything to her. All of the aggressions have actually come from her.
Mm-hmm.
Just like yesterday, well, the day before yesterday on your stream. As soon as she gets up there wanting to attack me. Now I have a whole body of work, a whole video where I'm talking about a general idea and a general concept that I came up with. And the first thing she does is not talk about nothing in my video. She's talking about me. She's now saying I hate founded allegations, just personal attack after personal attack, talking about anything that I actually talked about in my video.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And see, to
So,
me, that's bullshit. Because now, I'm just wondering why did you have to use my video and my talking point? Because now people are not paying attention to the idea and the concept anymore. She has successfully steered people away from talking about that, and now we're excited about the bomb cherry and faith factor beat. That this is what people are coming to see. Nobody is coming to actually partake in or actually listen to the new idea that I'm suggesting. And that's what I'm really pissed off about.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I know you tried to explain a better class of women. It's going to be a series. I'm glad that you're making it a series to go in depth with it because it's a real deep subject. And I hate, but one thing I hate is that they tried to take your uh, close to 4 hour video and they wanted you to summarize it in like one sentence because they kept cutting you off. They kept attacking you. Well, I'm not gonna say they, but Bomb Cherry kept attacking you personally, making it about you, making it about her. And it kind of saddens me because all the times you were going to her channel, supporting her, helping her out, maybe even donating to her platform, doing a lot of things to help her grow.
Well, I
The
mean, I
whole
wasn't
time,
supporting her like that, but it's
uh
just
huh,
like, every now and then I would shoot up a cash app, or join a panel, or sit down in the chat and participate in the chat, and give her a view. I had no problem giving her a view, but she was so
mm-hmm,
petty and filled with so much hate that she didn't even want to give me a view. She subscribed to your channel, she gave
mm-hmm,
you a view, and she basically participated on your channel more than she ever participated on mine. And the reason I think is because Bomb is for men. She seems to support men.
so like a Mr. Hood.
Yeah, like, she's sitting up here, like when she was on Oracle's channel and she brought up the fact that you were playing those videos of the Sukiyana video and stuff like that, which kind of hurt her feelings. I'm just gonna tell you, it hurt her feelings because she
Right,
was
right.
she was kissing your ass, and it hurt, and you played that video, and it hurt her feelings. But instead of saying something to you about it right then, if she felt some kind of way about it, she gonna bring it to me as if this is my channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, I said, well, you need to take that up with him. And why are you not angry with him? Why are you bringing everything at me? And that is because she jealous. And
Mm.
Amanique, shout out to Amanika Mama Max. She
Mm-hmm.
brought that to my attention yesterday in your chat room, because I never really just walk around thinking that women are jealous of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Right.
walking around being me. I'm just being real. I keep it real with everybody. I try to get along with everybody. I try to support other women on this platform, whether we agree or disagree. I do try to support other women. So that it never dawns on me that somebody is like snake eyeing me, being jealous. I never have the mindset of, oh, she's jealous of me. I don't do that to other women, but other women have done that to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I
Mm-hmm.
if I simply speak my mind about something, and I say, oh, this sister right here, she's tripping, she's not taking accountability for something, and you're talking about the very thing that the person's not taking accountability for, it turns into Faith is jealous. Like, what the hell am I jealous about? I'm not attacking this person. I'm not, being disrespectful. I'm pointing out, an actual act, something that this person actually did, not berating or belittling them, but just pointing that out. But I got to be jealous. And oh, I got to be compared to this woman. Oh, you don't measure up to this woman and all this other dumbass shit. Look, I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. Faith don't be sitting up here competing with other women. Okay, I don't begrudge no other woman any type of attention that she gets from a man. And in the same vein, I don't approach men. Okay, I do not approach men. Even when CK and I got together on here, it was a mutual thing, and he asked me out, and I accepted. But I do not approach men. Basically, I am the type of person that, I let the men come to me. I don't pursue men, and I love those who love me. And that is my rule of thumb, and that's how I live my life. And if there ever comes a time, if CK, fans that, he wants another woman, I'm gonna slap my ass on out the way. I'm not gonna sit up here and be fighting over no man either. And I'm not going to begrudge another woman any type of attention that a man gives her. And that's just the way it is. So I keep my peace like that. Ain't nothing a woman can do to get under my skin, period. Because I'm a whole woman and I self validate. CK and I are together, but I don't use him to validate me. A lot of y'all didn't know how long we've been together. We've been together for a minute. And the only reason why
A better class of women is going to be a series. I'm glad that you're making it a series to go in depth with it because it's a real deep subject. And I hate, but one thing I hate is that they tried to take your uh, close to 4 hour video and they wanted you to summarize it in like one sentence because they kept cutting you off. They kept attacking you. Well, I'm not gonna say they, but Bomb Cherry kept attacking you personally, making it about you, making it about her. And it kind of saddens me because all the times you were going to her channel supporting her, helping her out, maybe even donating to her platform, doing a lot of things to help her grow.
Well, I
The
mean, I
whole
wasn't
time,
supporting her like that, but it's
uh
just
huh,
like, every now and then I would shoot up a cash app or, join a panel or, sit down in the chat and, participate in the chat, and give her a view. I had no problem giving her a view, but she was so
hmm
petty and filled with so much. I don't approach men. Okay. I do not approach men. Even when CK and I got together on here, it was a mutual thing, and he asked me out, and I accepted. But I do not approach men. Basically, I am the type of person that, I let the men come to me. I don't pursue men, and I love those who love me. And that is my rule of thumb, and that's how I live my life. And if there ever comes a time, if CK, fans that, he wants another woman, I'm going to slap my ass on out the way. I'm not going to sit up here and be fighting over no man either. And I'm not going to begrudge another woman any type of attention that a man gives her. And that's just the way it is. So I keep my peace like that. Ain't nothing a woman can do to get under my skin, period. Because I'm a whole woman and I self validate. CK and I are together, but I don't use him to validate me. A lot of y'all didn't know how long we've been together. We've been together for a minute. And the only reason why y'all know we together is because he felt the need to tell Bomb Cherry to put her in her place.
So let me ask you this, yeah, I appreciate that. So with hearing the two sugar babies, and I also dedicated a poetry YouTube channel to Faith called Love Life. Subscribe to it. You can hear the poetry that I write for her. So with the two sugar babies that we heard tonight, between hearing both the young black woman who's like 23 years old and the Native American sugar baby who was kind of like on drugs. She's divorced now. She messed with her sugar daddies. We all know the truth. And also the panel that you experienced on Ms. Olivia's channel. Do you think it is right to say that the idea of a better class of women should not include those paths as far as what right looks like in your eyes?
If you're talking about one of the paths being the path to selling your body, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, basically, sugar baby is kind of like selling your body. Uh, People who say, "Well, I can be a sugar baby and not give any sugar, but give money in return." We all know the truth that they're going to eventually give up the box. Would sugar baby, cam model, exotic dancer, with those type of ways of getting money, even though we're not judging people and people could do what they want to do, would you include that in the pursuit of having a better class of women?
No, I would totally exclude that. We have enough cam models, prostitutes, strippers, you know, sugar babies. We have enough of those. And to be honest with you, they don't really contribute anything of value to society except for to a particular customer group. And when I say that, you know, if they were to disappear off the face of the earth, if that profession were to disappear off the face of the earth, nothing else would change. But if we lose a doctor, if we lose a lawyer, if we lose all nurses, if we lose women in those fields, female lawyers, if we lose those type of women, then it would be a great loss. So we need more of those and less of the other.
I agree, completely agree. So, do you have anything else? Because I'm actually curious to know how would you feel about fielding questions from the audience and perhaps opening the panel?
Yeah, I'm open to it. I'm game for it, but just not for too long because it's getting kind of late.
Okay. Yep. I'll let you. Because I mean, basically, this is about your idea of a better class of women and your experience on Miss Olivia's channel. Just kind of opening up the panel to see if anybody wants to come join and ask any questions, and we'll go as long as the faith factor has availability. All right. So the panel's been opened up. If anybody wants to come up, ask any questions, or uh, add anything to the conversation. But yeah, I think it was good that you went on Ms. Olivia's channel and you got a chance to be vindicated as far as up a unicorn. Some stuff that I didn't play was the fact that she made really colorist comments. There was she hummed the song. Check out the Ms. Olivia's channel to find out more about that. She hummed a song that was a part of a racist caricature. She referred to Ms. Olivia in a derogatory way and tried to somewhat soften the blow with that by saying that she looks up to her, but we know that's a lie. Um, Up a Unicorn probably is going to use her self-diagnosis to justify it. So joining the panel is Melanated Vessel. How's it going? Welcome.
Hey guys, how are you? Oh, you guys
Hey.
go
Um,
together. That's so cute. Look at me, I'm a mess. No, but I'm a mess. But no, this is what I wanted to kind of throw this out there. What do y'all guys think about the goody two shoes effect? Like, people see someone as good, better. You ever see the people that pick on the teacher's pet? You know what I mean? Because they feel they're comparing. That person don't know. That person is just going about life, doing things that their own way. They're not, thinking about the other person, but the other person is comparing themselves to them. So then they get jealous. They get jealous, so they build up like a resentment towards that person. But they think that the person is like, I think in their mind they think the person is fake. So that they like, oh, you're just faking. There's no way you're that good. There's no way you really are good. You really want to learn. Like the person that's always raising their hand in class. Y'all know what y'all understand what I'm saying.
I know
talk
what
fast.
you're saying.
So I'm trying to learn how to talk on here and like articulate what I'm trying to say without like being all a goofball laughing. But yeah, I feel like I think that's a little bit of what's going on. Like, because I've never seen Faith as the type of person that don't support women, don't love on the women on here, don't want to see everybody getting along. And then, I asked Bomb when I was in the chat, she said that, I was like, Bomb, since when Faith been manosphere? She said that you was manosphere. I'm like, huh? Since when?
She has been attaching a lot of labels onto me, and I don't know why it's so important for her to label me these things. I mean, she's like worse than a abusive a husband or a spouse. Like, she'll tell me that
I like Bomb. See, it's like, and then I feel bad to say something because I like both of y'all, and then you feel like, I'm not phony. Okay. I'm just speaking what it is. I'm just telling the truth. Like, people can be mad. Bomb can be mad if she want. I don't give a shit. I just want to go on her channel. It's fine. But I have to be honest with what I saw go down. Like I saw all of it go down. I've watched pretty much all of the the stuff that we're talking about, and it's just I just don't understand. I'm not understanding. I think that because all of this, we got to remember where this all stemmed from. Why Faith even started thinking along the lines of the better woman thing and the accountability is because of the stuff with Uppity. Why are we acting like we don't remember how all this like transpired? What is wrong with people? I just can't. That's why I'm laughing.
Were you at Oracle's when she played that video of Uppity playing that racist music and calling Miss Olivia Aunt Jemima?
Yeah, I was in there. Wow.
But see, I told people, I said, now see, I've been dealing with Uppity for some years. Uppity is very passive aggressive, and she throws shots at people, but they be kind of subtle. And it'd be so subtle you will miss it. Just like I was on her, and I was in her chat room one time, and she was like, "Oh, hey, Faith," and she gave me a shout out, and she said, "Faith is so pretty." And then I don't know if she knew she was doing it, but she did a long eye roll after she said it, and I was like, "Wow,
so phony." That is one phony, attention seeking, thirsty, just. I can't Uppity. No. And at first I fell for it. I was one of the ones that felt sorry for her little. Oh, and I'm like, I thought people really was attacking her because she's an attractive woman. But she by no far is the most attractive. She act like she's the most attractive woman on here. That's like, she's delusional. There's so many different beautiful black women that's in the space. So many. Like, I think she think that like everybody ain't jealous of you. It can't be all jealousy. Oh, these people is jealous and this and that. No, it's the way you carry yourself. Like once she put up that, like, what was it? Super Freak, some song she was playing with them boobs out. I was just like, she playing a game with people. She playing a game. Like, girl, bye. Go away. Go. Yeah, like, if she wanted some attention, and she's begging women's here.
Tell her that she's attention seeking and she need to put her boobs up. Then all of a sudden you're the bad guy and you're gonna have a bunch of other women attacking you. You're jealous. You wish you look like her. You don't look, and I'm like, wow.
I'm glad O'Shea told her to put them little sweaty, disgusting boobs away. No, I'm sorry. And I don't like Uppity. I don't. She blocked me for telling the truth. What? You gonna block me? She blocked you. When you said that, I think like last week you said something about she blocked everybody that disagree with her. Yeah, she do. She blocked. I'm like, what? I was supporting her. I was subscribed to her channel. Like, so you gotta agree with her. I don't like people like that. I don't even want to be involved with no channels like that where it's an echo chamber. I can't have my own mind. No, I'm not in no cult. I'm a person. And if we're all here listening, to the conversation, and we're all going to have different opinions. If I'm not allowed to have that, then I don't need to be in your space. How people still can support her and not see through her, I just don't get it. And she's constantly demeaning women. Like she might not necessarily demean women by their looks, but by their education, by the way that they talk. Oh, I know this and I went this, but everybody, so she gets to demean everybody, but nobody can't say nothing about her. Like it's the entitlement for me with her. She's very entitled. It's like, I don't know who raised her, but you could tell accountability was never there. She's never been held accountable. I think this is the first time in her life. It shocked her. She's in shock. This accountability got her in shock.
But melanated, there's a lot of women on here that do that. Like the Uppity one that likes to belittle people, but she does hers a little low key, passive aggressively, and then Bomb does it. Just like the other day when she and I were going at it, and she was like, "Oh, you don't have an understanding. You have a small understanding." Like she says little stuff like that to undermine.
Yeah, I don't like them women, they don't want to be shamed by their sexuality because, they hold that in high regard, being sexually free and liberated. But at the same time, they keep calling some people dumb. They want to shame people's education and, not even necessarily education, but the way that they speak and the way they carry themselves as far as, knowledge and stuff. I don't like that. I see the little sneaky stuff that they all be doing. It's funny. So that's why you can't take the people too seriously on here. You just can't. You can't because everybody, it's like a lot of people don't hold themselves accountable. It's not just Uppity either. I agree with you. It's not just Uppity. A lot of people don't. And then you feel I don't know. It just because I don't make content. So you realize like I'm not a content creator, and you guys are all content creators. So then I don't want to feel like I'm siding with somebody or I'm just telling the truth. And I can't see how people can't see that. I just it's the Uppity stuff, and I don't know what Bomb was doing that. She was throwing jabs, and she attacked you right away. She called you dumb. Yeah, she called you dumb, and then and she did that on her channel when she was reviewing. And I'm just like, I'm thinking in my mind, Bomb, just review the stuff. You don't got to call her names, but she was going off, calling you dumb. She was, and I'm just like, oh Lord, because y'all was just on another panel like last week, and y'all was getting along fine.
Right. It wasn't about the video, though. She didn't really want to review my video. She just wanted to attack me. And so the video.
What's the issue with you, though? Why she don't like you? She don't like you. I'm going to just tell you right now. I don't like you.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why. I know. I have no idea. I asked her, and she told me, well, you ain't got nothing I want, nothing. I'm like, well, shoot, evidently there's something.
But she definitely disliked you. But at least she did admit it. I was glad she finally did say, well, she didn't like you. But I was glad that you also said to her, why though? Because if I dislike a woman for no reason, like this woman ain't done nothing to me at all, I just dislike her. There has to be a reason. There has to be like some type of energy she giving off, or some type of energy that I'm taking in from that woman. I just don't understand.
You know what I think it is? I think that this is a class thing. I think it's a ladies versus the bimbos type thing.
Okay.
Bomb Terry does not like women who are ladies that have some sort of standards for themselves, morals and values. If you have standards, if you have morals, and if you have values, then you're not like her, and she's threatened by that.
I didn't like how they was trying to sorry, I'll let you finish. I'm sorry. I didn't like how they was trying to make it seem like the little pictures that you have up is like overly provocative or something that just the normal average woman don't have. No, because if you go on any of my social media, it's very tasteful. It's not, no. There's only a certain amount I'm gonna show. But of course, I'm a very beautiful woman and I like being sexy just like the next woman. But there is a such thing as overdoing it. And if you are overdoing it, that's your business. I'll never judge you, be how you want to be. But when you get held accountable or you're judged and treated that way, don't say, well, I don't know why this could have happened. And I don't know why people saying this about me, because people are judgmental, whether it be wrong or right. They are. We know that. Why are people acting like, oh, well, like we don't understand that perception is reality? That's what I wrote down in the comments. Like if you see a person with a postal uniform on, you're gonna consider that's a postal worker. If you see somebody with some hooker boots all the way up to here with a thong on and a bra, you're gonna assume that's a prostitute. Like we can't. What is? I just can't with people. This whole conversation has been a mess. It's like they turned the whole thing into really something else.
It's been bastardized to hell. You know, like this is my content. This is what I want to talk about on my channel. who is Bomb to come and try to, put some kind of, damper on that? I don't go to her channel and say, hey, Bomb, I don't like what you're doing over here, and then go and argue with her about that. I just let her do her thing. I knew what she was doing, before I even went to her channel. I knew she was a cam model. I knew exactly what, her whole setup was. And I did not, look down on her, judge
Plus,
her.
oh my God,
none
you
of these
never
things.
throw sneak disses at Bomb either. There's a lot of women that go on Bomb's channel and they constantly sneak this Bomb the way that she is, about her camp, like just about certain things. I'll just say that. But you never do that. So I wonder why it's you that she choose to not like. Because I think she think you are judging her. Like somewhere in her mind, she feels judged by you. And like you knew Bomb way before I ever knew Bomb. Bomb knew you before I ever knew you. So I'm new walking in because you've been here I've been here for a few years, but I never really talked to a lot of people. And I'm new knowing Bomb. I knew you for a few years, but I'm new knowing her. So, but I think since I started being on her channel and being in the lives, I see a lot of stuff that the women say to her, and they are, throwing like jabs and stuff like that. But she don't appear to dislike them how she disliked you. She don't seem to dislike them at all. I'm like,
Yeah,
huh?
I think there's something about me because, like I said, I think it has something to do with liberal standards and values. Like when she probably looked at my content and said, "Damn, she's the real deal." Because what I talk about on my channel. I talk
yeah.
about women in accountability.
You a classy
So when
lady, and that's just the fact. And I'm not saying that Bomb ain't. See, if just by me saying that, somebody else will see that and say, "Oh, Melon Innovation was on Faith thing, and she was saying that. What's she trying to say about Bomb and this and that?" But it's just, oh my Lord, Black people, please get it together. We got to get it together. I understand what CK where he's saying, oh my God, and having it, and that whole thing with BMT. Oh my God, go. And I could have jumped through the. Why is they acting like you can? They acting like your kids can. That don't mean nothing. My dad, it's not my real dad. My real dad passed away. My mom is married to my stepdad. Been married to him for over 25 years, probably over 30 years. Well, anyways, he said that to me as a teenage girl about being dressing appropriately around the house if people come over. Like what? How is that a bad thing? I mean. I didn't. I'm sorry. I can't rock with them on that. I'm sorry. I can't. And I know y'all might have knew BMT longer than I do, and y'all might have other stuff. See, that's the thing about coming in here and talking. Other people have beefs and rifts with people from years ago, and they heard this 16 years ago and 5 years ago. I'm talking about what happened right then. Why can't we stay on what happened right there on when he said what he said? Because that's the only thing I'm judging it off of. Just what, and that we know that that's true. You can't just. I mean, I have 3 daughters, and I wouldn't be offended if I was dating a guy. Okay, if I was dating a guy for a minute, then no. But if I'm dating a guy for years and years and years, or just for a while, and we know each other, there's a rapport there. He knows my kids. He's close to my kids, and basically, he's the dad to my kids. If he's telling me, the girls are getting older, and he's saying, make sure this, and that, I'm not gonna feel like, well, what is he doing looking at my kids? How did they get that from that? I can't. I'm like, oh my God. I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing it wrong because now they're gonna say I'm a mammy, but whatever. I don't give a shit.
I guarantee you that the men in their lives are completely emasculated because they can't talk to them. They can't. And best believe when a man is not able to communicate with his woman, he's gonna probably look for someone else on the outside that he can talk to.
That's facts. That right there is facts. Because there's nothing wrong with, because that's basically like saying that, men really can't talk. They have no say so or anything. They, how they feel or everything they feel is wrong or I really didn't see nothing wrong with what BMT said. Maybe I don't know if I'm missing something, but from what I heard, there was literally nothing wrong. And I don't blame BMT. I would have left that. I would have left that lady too. He was right by leaving that woman. He was right. Because he would end up getting himself caught up in something, or he would end up, even if he never got himself caught up in anything, I feel sad that, something would have ended up happening to the girls on the outside because guidance is necessary with teens. Exactly. You got to guide. You have to tell them what's right and what's wrong because they don't know. You need to tell them, yeah, cover up, put on some sweatpants and stuff. Don't walk around and it's not about somebody being thick. Why they kept making it about, oh, well, just because this person's body is this way and that person's body, it doesn't matter what the body type is like. That's about. I feel
That's
like
what
people
that's what I tried
personalize
to
and stuff.
tell them. I say you could be shaped like a pencil. It doesn't
Exactly.
matter. You're supposed to still love your body and have respect for yourself.
When you said that, like, yeah, people get mad when you say, I can't with all of that. It was just a lot. That this whole thing was a lot, and it made me sad though, because I feel like it was good conversation, and it could have went somewhere really, really good for just Black women and a younger Black woman that was listening, and it went into that, and it's just a mess. It's like,
When
no,
when
that's
it
not
when it got to the
totally taken
point
out of
where
context.
when it got to the point when they were trying to get me to say that it's okay for a woman to sell her body to feed her children, I was done. I was like, I can't. We still, selling pussy, basically, or, selling vagina, excuse me, CK, I'm sorry to say the P word. In this day and age, you still deferring to your vagina when everybody got a freaking smartphone. You can even, they even give smartphones now through the government if you get food stamps. So if you have a
Yeah,
smartphone, you can download Uber, if you have, whether you have a car, whether you have a bike, whether you walk, you can make money on that app.
but and
And
plus it's scary. Like telling women this stuff, like the video that CK just played with the young girl too, like
Mhm.
telling women that about your bodies and all, and sell it and sugar mom, sugar baby, all that is no judgment, because I don't judge. No, do what you're gonna do, but we need to realize there's consequences to everything that we do as human beings. So just to give them
Exactly.
that one part and glamorize it and make it seem like, oh, this is fine, nobody can tell you nothing, this is your body and the power of the vagina and blah 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 blah. But it, like, look at all these women that meet these guys online and they get hurt. The guy gets in there, they go on a date, they barely know this guy, the guy beats them down, all this stuff. So women ended up in the hospital, dead, all kinds of stuff playing these games. This ain't no game to be playing around with. Men is like 20 times stronger than us. Unless we got a gun, I mean, we no match for them. Oh, I'll
But
send them in the wilds, ain't gonna
my
save
whole
us.
thing about that though, melanated, was they want to defer first to using their body to get by. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, man, there's a lot of other things that you can do besides using your body. Like
Mm-hmm. I
if I
agree.
suggest anything else besides using the body, that ain't gonna work.
Let me
Facts.
I don't understand, like, especially in this day and age where you do have social media and there's so many different ways to make money, so many different ways. So I don't know, like, what I think they were just trying to make an example, but the way that they was doing it, it wasn't coming off like anything I would like. I wouldn't want my daughters to be listening to it. That's like, because I wouldn't want them hearing older women talk that way and thinking that, that's, but my daughters are adults already, but, we've had
Well,
all these different conversations.
Bomb Terry says she loves to talk to the young women and give them the advice, and that's the advice they getting listening to her.
I mean, but you got to think, I mean, you got to think, like, different type of women like different type of things. You got some type of women that are a little bit out there, and no matter what you say to them and how you talk to them, they want to live their life a certain way, and they're going to be more drawn to a bomb in the way that she speaks, and different women that are going to be drawn to the way that you speak, and that's okay. But for me, I'm just saying, like, I don't want nobody to get hurt. I don't want no women to get hurt. That's my thing. It's not about the making the money or doing. I don't want to see no woman getting herself in a situation that she thought she had control over and find herself in a really bad space. Plus, that stuff is not good for your mind. It's not good for your. It's not good for your,
No.
like, the way you're gonna feel internally about yourself. I'm sorry. Even though people say that, oh, you ain't gonna feel no type of way. Even like I say the same thing about, like, the whole, like, abortion topic. They say, like, it's not just getting that procedure, that, like, stuff go along with that mentally after you do it. Because I know somebody who did it, and I know strippers. I know some type of women and all types of different types of things. And there's a lot that goes along with those type of lifestyles and those type of decisions that we make as women. It's not just like, oh, it's not nothing to joke around about, or nothing to not take more seriously. Because this stuff is serious. This conversation is like a quite serious one, really, because people could get hurt. And if you like, I don't want to tell no woman, oh, yeah, just do this and go do that. Yeah, but then, get your bag and blah, blah, blah. And then this one, next thing you know, you found out something happened to this woman. How you going to feel? How would you going to feel? Because you telling her, oh, go do. That's why you got to be careful.
According to one of the ladies, you can get hurt and harmed, just walking to the bus stop, going to a regular job.
Oh my, but that's what I mean. But the probability of just having a normal regular job and something happening to you, and then having a job like that in the sex industry, come on, the probabilities go away, and not to mention disease and just all kinds of stuff. It just is a larger, and I think we would have got to that if people didn't take stuff personally. I think we would have got to all of that. It would have got more and more, it could have got more and more unfolded the conversation, but people unfortunately started taking things very personally, as if you're talking about them when you're really just talking about women in general. Not young women, like you said, or old women, just women
in general, but they wanted to attack me personally. And that's what was bastardized in the conversation. We weren't going to get anywhere. That's the reason why I just said, I eventually got off the panel, because I was like, the conversation, every question that they asked, it was going to turn into a personal attack, where they're going to bring up my pictures as if I got these X-rated pictures on my community tab.
They said as if I'm sitting there with bent over with a thong. I said, what? She's sitting there just with a little, I find your pictures to be very tasteful. Very tasteful. So, I mean, I didn't see nothing wrong with any of them. Even the ones with your thighs. I saw that picture too. And you look great in the picture. I even like the picture. So I don't understand like if they trying to make that like it's like overtly sexual or anything, or you're trying to get attention. You never said anything about women getting attention. They just was like taking it to a level that wasn't there. It was, I just couldn't understand it. I was like, what are they doing? But maybe some people just don't like you though. Like, and I realized that, sometimes as women, we got to realize that, certain people, they don't like you. They don't like
that's what I said, that there's going to be a civil war. There's going to be a civil war amongst the sisterhood. And this is
it's happening already. It's happening already.
Yeah, and they're going to be women exposing themselves. What they did is they exposed themselves, and so now there's going to be a separation between the lady and the bimbo.
Oh Lord, I don't want to call nobody a bimbo. He's on the bimbo. Okay, I understand. I get what you're saying, but you have your right to say what you want to say and feel how you want to feel, but I do feel like they was attacked. They yeah. Why do we do that though too? Like the like all these people on one person, and you could feel it. You could feel, and I think that's why Women's Sphere came up there. I think Women's Sphere heard it like no. Because that was just too much.
What messed it up with Women's Sphere? Women's Sphere had one Achilles heel. Her kryptonite was Miss Olivia bringing up BMT. Soon as I heard Miss Olivia bring BMT name up, I knew that my ally was gone. I was like, oh God, my ally is
that's
gone.
Not good because
Women's Sphere.
And I don't like that because Women's Sphere, I this is one thing I take from Women's Sphere that I really love Women's Sphere. All, through the good, the bad, the ugly, I love Women's Sphere because when she said that about being a respecter and a lover of persons, she is so correct. But she didn't take her own advice. And because it goes both ways. Just because you dislike BMT or you got some issues with him from the past or whatever the case may be, you still got to be able to think, objectively. Because you hear somebody that you can't, because he's just a person, right? Even a lover of a person or a hater of a person, it could throw you off.
She zeroed in on that like Cujo, like, oh, BMT, attack. I was like, oh no, I said focus, Women's Sphere, focus.
I wish she didn't do that. Yeah, I wish yeah. And I did feel like Miss Olivia, she did try to stay unbiased. But you had different people pulling different ways. It just like you get all the personalities in there, and you know how that go. But I think she was trying her best to. But I think that she agreed more that way, and that's the way that's the way she felt, and she's entitled to that. So it kind of swayed, but she didn't want to seem like she was taking sides, and she was kind of. I feel like she was in the most awkward position, other than you on there. She's like. I could just tell she wasn't really that comfortable. So I'm just like, oh, okay. Because
Yeah,
I didn't think she wanted to
I
offend
felt that
Bomb.
too. I think that she tried to be neutral, but you know the
Mm-hmm.
thing about it is, if you have a rapport with another woman over another woman, which I think that her and Bomb Cherry are around the same age. They both
Mm-hmm.
have Southern roots and they have grandchildren and stuff like that, so they have more in common. Same way
Mm-hmm.
with Atari and Uppity. The reason why
Uh-huh.
Atari, didn't really see the racist overtones of what Uppity was saying about Miss Olivia is because they have things in common and that they,
Mm-hmm.
kind
Oh
of,
my God, Atari really like that dang uppity. Why? I'm
yeah.
just like, she
Well,
feels
if you
sorry for
really think
her. It's
about
like,
it,
no.
if you really think about it, Uppity is promotes the whole sugar baby, thing, and Atari
Mm.
would like to be a sugar baby, and they both, kind of, have that same thing in common. So, they
Oh,
like each other. So people that have commonalities are definitely gonna flock together.
yeah. Well, let me say this one thing though too before I get off of here. I want to say, but Miss Olivia did stand her ground, and she did. I was so proud of Miss Olivia when Miss O said that. I said, yeah, because I was like, she not gonna say it. She not gonna say it. When she said to Bomb, you took it personal.
Yeah,
She
she
did
did.
say that, which I
She
was
did.
so in shock. I was like, she stood her ground when she said that, because that is really what the issue is. You took it personal, and Faith not talking to you. She didn't go on like how I would have said it, but I was talking to her. But she did say that. She said, I think that's where the issue started. You took it personal, and Bomb never really answered that. She never answered the fact that, yeah, you took it personal. And so did Atari. She was taking stuff on personal too. She was. You can't take it personal when you're trying to have a conversation about a group of women, not you, women. And I think that's a hard challenge for all of us. I think it is hard not to take certain things, personal.
Yeah, because like if someone is talking about all baby mamas, but you just happen to be a baby mama, you're gonna take it personal because the topic is about baby mamas. So if someone is talking about prostitutes or women of the night and women that sell their bodies, whether it be online or offline, if you do that, then you're going to take if you're a person that's in that industry, someone's talking about the industry in general, you're going to take it personal because that's your industry. So they were protecting their industry, basically. That's how I saw it.
Yep, I agree. I agree. So
I talk so fast on here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not like a content creator. I get nervous up there. I just
No, you're
so,
doing
and I'm silly.
fine.
you're doing great.
Okay, okay. Thanks, Commander McKay.
So I think we're not trying to keep this too late. You all probably want to go over and hear the response and the pushback from us wanting a better class of people, specifically Black women in this situation that Faith has pioneered. So, melanated vessel, like if you could, or if you do have any final words you could give us, go ahead, and then we'll go to Faith.
Okay. I just want to say for all of us as Black women and on here having conversations, let's try our best not to take things personal. Because when I do hear people attack baby mothers, just Black women in general, older women, hit the wall, all that stuff, I don't let that stuff affect me. And I could be in several of those different categories. I'm not going to take it personal. I'm going to actually listen and try to take in what the person is saying, and then make my rebuttal if I have one. We have to do that or we're not going to get anywhere. These conversations, they go nowhere when we do that. So let's try our best, ladies, to not take things personal and not try to jump on one person. Like, that's another thing. Stop jumping people and just do better. Let's do better, ladies. Let's do better as Black women. Like Faith said, let's do better. All right. All right. I'm going. Bye. I'm going.
Bye.
All right, peace.
Oh, thanks for letting me
Yeah.
up, y'all.
Oh, ain't no problem. Come again.
I love melanated. I love I love that lady.
Yeah, she,
Um,
yeah, she's good people.
yeah, I just wanted to, say that a lot of times it's very hard to be the first. And I hope I'm not the last. There are going to be other women, I guess, after I pioneer this thing and get beat up, and they're going to see what I did wrong, and they're going to make the movement hopefully better, and hopefully where they can reach more ears. I know that my voice is a little irritating and hard to take,
It's
and
not. No, it's not.
well,
It's not.
well, a lot of people can't take my bluntness,
I think what
and
it
so
is,
they're.
just to kind of cut you off,
Hmm.
I think what it is like when I go against the manosphere, it's no one really gives me pushback because there was already a path laid down, as far as that. So anybody can criticize the manosphere, Kevin Samuels, that stuff is cool. When I say we need a better class of men, specifically black men, I hardly ever get pushback because there's a consensus of men and women that believe that, yeah, we need a better class of men. We got to do better. The black community is bad because of the gangs. Our communities are getting gentrified left and right. A lot of our young people are coming in dead last when it comes to competing against other groups in school and getting careers and having opportunity and going to colleges. And we're doing really well with entertainment as far as making money, but we don't really own any industries. So we are somewhat behind the curve collectively. So when I talk about upward mobility, economic advancement, as far as men, everybody claps their hands. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But when it comes to that for black women, it is a new thing that's being talked about because there has been somewhat of accountability with black women and women in general, but it hasn't been to the point where it's what you're doing is cool. You could do what you do, but we don't want to promote that to the future generations. People will take offense to that
Right.
because this is the first time they're actually being told that you made your choices, you know, you do what you do, but what you're doing is not benefiting us collectively and it's not benefiting society. People don't want to hear that. And I think the other part is Kevin Samuels was putting down women. He was negative, and a lot of men have been negative when criticizing women. You've been one of the few voices to actually say women need accountability. We need to police ourselves, and we got to have accountability. There's not many people saying that, or when they do say it,
Yeah, I hear women say that, we need standards, but standards without boundaries is hustling backwards.
mm, facts. Facts. So that's the main thing. There hasn't really been a full conversation, and plus there was people, in my opinion, that because they personally did not like you and did not quote unquote fuck with you, that's why you're getting the pushback that you're getting. I think if you go to different places and different spaces and continue to do content on your channel, your numbers are growing.
Well, I think I have a theory about that as well, because not only does it have to do with my talking points and how I carry myself, but I noticed that when a lot of black women of my shade come on the scene, and we're talking like this, and we're confident, and especially black women of my shade and of my feature set, there's always going to be women looking at me and saying, I want to be looking at somebody that looks more like Sierra, or I want to be looking at somebody that's more glamorous. So, or somebody younger and more, hip. Like if I come on here rapping and just kind of more hip or something like that, or if I come on here looking like the housewives of Atlanta, then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I can listen to her. I like her and I want to be like her. We're very visual as women and very judgmental as women. And so when you see somebody like me, I'm just plain old Faith. I'm not trying to come on here like Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not finna come on here rapping. I'm just gonna come on here and I'm gonna give you this truth, and I'm gonna log off and take my behind home.
Straight facts, straight facts. And Miss Chantel, thank you for coming into the chat room. She says these girls on Instagram getting stalked and harmed by so-called sugar daddies. Yeah, we don't talk about that enough. And she also says the sad part is they encourage young girls to dress like prostitutes, which attracts wrong kind of attention. That's dangerous. Exactly. And she bids us good night. So, in your final thoughts, I don't know if you want to address Miss Chantel or say anything else. The floor is yours.
Oh no. Well, basically, I wanted to say that the same thing that Melanated Vessel says. We have to do better. And also earlier, women were taking they were really really offended at the word better. Like everything that I said, I think it could be anything. If I could have said sugar is sweet, they would have taken some kind of
Offense to it.
offense. Yeah, that's the word. They would have taken offense with the word sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ladies, look, the time to stop being petty, stop personalizing stuff, stop doing the ad hominem attacks. And actually, if you want to confront a person about their thought process, their idea, or their talking point, you have to actually listen to what that thought process or that talking point is and get the full context, not bits and pieces. What I saw today was people going to my video and taking one part of the video where we talked about how ladies are supposed to present themselves in the way they dress, and that's all we dwelled on. We didn't talk about accountability. We just want to talk about what the dressing. If I want to get wet, go to the door and answer my door with my booty out. God damn it, then that's what I want to do. I'm gonna go to the door with my booty out. God damn it, I mean, there's so much more than just dressing. Like I said, a woman can be fully dressed and be the biggest slut on the block. But what I was talking about starts with a mentality. So if you have a whole mentality, I'm just gonna say it. If you have a whole mentality, you already done lost. You're already at the bottom and racing even further to the bottom. And so when Sierra was talking about leveling up, her message got stifled and ignored because she basically was saying exactly what I'm saying. It starts from within. It starts with changing your mentality. If you don't think enough of yourself that when company come over, or you don't think enough of your daughters that when company come over to teach them to respect themselves and respect company when it comes over, we in trouble. I mean, we spent I think 2 hours talking about dressing and people, being argumentative because they want to show their girly parts because they need outward validation 24/7. That's what it is in a nutshell. You are so thirsty for any type of validation all the time. And this is how I know it's about validation. If someone were to tell you to put your titties up, put the booty cheeks up, you gonna fight them tooth and nail because when you step out the door, you want them titties out and you want them ass cheeks out because you want the attention, whether it be good or bad. You have to have the validation 24/7. And that is the reason why I spoke on Miss Oracle's stream about the young lady that got the article from that publication. I forget the name of the publication. I have to go back and look at my community tab. But that article stated that there has to be a healthy balance of outward validation and self validation. You're actually supposed to have more self validation than outward validation. So if you're constantly needing that outward validation 24/7, I got to show my titty, I got to show my behind because I want someone to validate me. I got to post this pic, and each post of the pic is going to get runchier and runchier because I got to have somebody to validate me. that means that you don't even know how to validate yourself. You don't know how to talk to yourself and say, hey, I'm enough. If I leave the house today and I wear some sexy clothes that cover my body, that's good enough. But you're not going to have that honest conversation with yourself. You're not going to
Bruh.
do it. And with that, I'm just going to end on that note.
All right. Thank you, Faith, for coming up.
All right, guys. That was the towards the end of CK's stream, and he did an awesome job, by the way. So, I think that he deserves a round of applause for that. Now, make sure that you go over to CK's stream. The name of his channel is called Reaction Satisfaction. And I'm telling you, you will get tons of satisfaction because his content is smoking hot. I'm talking about trendy, edgy. He talks about all types of topics that are trending in today's society. And you are also going to learn something from it as well. So talk about your edutainment, but he has it all. And I'm telling you, those memes, those sound effects, those cremations, they are second to none. So make sure that you get over to Reaction Satisfaction and you subscribe. All right, so I asked everyone today in the chat, did you want me to drop the link? I got a lot of ones in the chat. So what I'm going to do is I am going to drop the link. I'll drop the link. So I dropped the link. All right. And I'm going to also pin it to the top so I don't have to constantly keep, redropping it over and over again. And whoever wants to come up to the panel to discuss the topic, not my sex life, not beef, the topic, because this is a very important topic. Very important. So please make sure. Oh, thank you, Mela. Mela dropped Reaction Satisfaction's channel in the chat. So you can go ahead and hit that link, subscribe, and run back over because you are not going to regret it. I'm telling you, it is on hopping and popping over there. You're going to have a good time. So the link is down there at the bottom. I'm going to wait to see who hits it, who wants to come up, who wants to discuss the topic. If nobody hits the link and nobody comes up, I'm going to give it about a minute or two. Then I'll just go ahead and shut it down, call it a day. I get to get off early and go chill. Yeah, but basically, that was the conversation in a nutshell. And there was more to that video, by the way. He talked about other things. There's an actual interview right before I came up on the panel where he did an interview with an actual sugar baby, and she was talking about the upsides and the downsides. And she was actually married, and she ended up losing her husband, as a matter of fact, because of her lifestyle. So it's real good stuff, over there. But anyway, I said I was going to acknowledge the super chats and the cash apps. So shout out to Miss China White. I love you, boo. Thank you so much for the cash app. I'm going to give you your roses and your round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, boo. Thank you, boo. I appreciate it. Okay, and then I received some super chats from a few people, so I'm gonna have to go and look. Hold on a second. Spiritual Israel with the $5 super chat. Thank you, sis. I appreciate ya. Okay, let's move right on up because I know I saw some some more super chats in here. Saw some more. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Did I miss them? Because sometimes they go away, and I see the people in the back. So don't think I don't see you. I'm over here trying to do two things at one time. But okay. The other super chats disappeared from me, so I can't see them. But I do remember that BMT sent a couple of $5 super chats, so I want to give him his applause. And also shout out to Miss All Things Nata Jean. She also sent a super chat, and I want to give her applause. Okay, and last but not least, hey y'all, I'm gonna fight y'all. I will fight you over Can't Hag. Can't Hag has been a part of my channel since day one. So shout out to Miss Can't Hag for her supporting this channel as well. All right, so we have someone backstage. All right, welcome to the stage, Tomboy Chronicles. Tomboy
Hi, Faith.
Chronicles. Hey, what's up, lady?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hey, how
loud
you
and
doing? I ain't crying today.
well, that's
I ain't
okay.
crying
It ain't
today.
nothing wrong with a little tears every now and then.
Yeah, I wanted to say that I love this topic in particular. I'm very passionate about this topic that you have here. And I would like to say, because it's like, where I grew up, I'm from Florida, and I'm from Miami, Florida. And back in the 90s, we had women involved in our lives with etiquette, like heavy duty in the public school system, outside the school system, in the churches and the stuff like that. We had programs called Flowers, which stood for Females Linking Our Worlds to Educate, Refine, and Socialize. I was the president of that group. We had FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America. I was the president of a group like that. Women of Tomorrow, vice president of groups like that. So it's kind of like the etiquette stuff. Like, I am not perfect. I am not an angel, right? I'm just not stupid enough to put all my business out there on YouTube. You get what I mean? But
Absolutely.
you and CK like the content that you guys had, because I when I came to the space, because I've been on YouTube for like 3 years. When I came to the space, I wanted to make my other channel like a fun, crazy, like, talk about crazy things and stuff like that. And then I quickly realized, girl, if you do that, you're gonna be hanging yourself. Like, what are you doing? So I was grateful for the correction, but it's the accountability is a form of love, and it's painful, but it results in growth. Like, I look at the message of a better class of women and men. It's only for the betterment of our community as a whole. So what's the hate in that? But you already know, like, stepping forward with something that's different and going against the grain, you're just not going to be popular.
Absolutely. And it's okay. It's perfectly all right not to be liked. And as a matter of fact, I would encourage more people to have the courage, to talk, speak your mind, and don't worry about being liked by everybody, because you can't please everybody all the time.
Yeah, and I just want to say, like, me, like, I'm very transparent. Sometimes I'm too open to my own demise, so I had to learn that. I was like, girl, you are too much of an open book. Shut up about certain things. But one thing I'm open about is mental health. I try my best to. I'm going to be like revamping my channel here, and I'm getting some equipment and stuff, so I'm going to come back to the space. I was grieving, and it really kind of like took me out for a while. But
Oh,
yeah, I lost my cousin who was like really close to me. She and I were the same age, so it just like really affected me a lot. But I was like, I got
I'm
some
sorry
things
for your
to
loss.
say. Thank
No,
you.
I
Like
said I
I
was
was like,
sorry
I
for
got
your
some
loss.
things. Yes, thank you so much for that. Um, I also wanted to highlight something. Like I don't know who mentioned it, the attention seeking thing. um the attention seeking thing is a real thing whether people realize it or not. Even like some of the talking points from the manosphere, like what they were saying, like I heard them say that some women use social media to for self-validation, to get that attention because they crave it and they seek it, right? The other thing is, say if a person does have mental health issues, like for me in particular, I have like a schizophrenia, like in a bipolar mix or whatnot, amongst other things. And I know that sometimes if I slip into psychosis, I would catch myself doing things that was not normally not my normal behavior, but I would like nip it in the bud. So sometimes like if they would have a honest conversation with themselves, be like, just start with the man in the mirror. Look yourself in the mirror, even if you don't like the content creator. Like, is what they're saying is true? Is it applicable? If you don't like it, you just don't like it. And you don't have to like another person in the space, just be cordial. You don't have to tear the person down. You don't have to tear down their character. Just be like, I don't fucks with you because this is not my type of tea that I like. I don't like this tea, so therefore I won't support this channel, and no hard feelings. But
Absolutely,
that's all I wanted to say.
absolutely. Well, thank you, Tomboys Chronicles. And I also wanted to say, I'm so sorry for your loss, but you know what? You are a dynamic woman. And I knew that from the first time I met you, by the way, when you first came on the panel. And you have a lot to offer, a lot. And you know what? If you want to still do your channel, what do you still have your channel?
I deleted it, like, and I couldn't get it
You
back. I was like,
deleted
what
it?
have I done? So, yeah, and I
Well,
don't,
you
it
know,
couldn't be
if you
recovered.
want to
So,
if you want to still pursue it, you know, you absolutely should because it seems to me like you have a lot to share. You know, don't
hmm
think that you don't have a voice and that you don't have something that you can offer to others to teach others because, you know, that's what we're here for.
yeah, because I still want to. 'Cause I was like, I feel like I have a lot to say, and I know I'm not popular, so I don't care. Like I'm a Sagittarius as well. I don't care what nobody has. I'm very blunt. Sometimes I'm very cutthroat when I talk to people. Like a lot of times I do like consultations behind the scenes for my own business and stuff like that. And I tell people like I'm very cutthroat. I'm like I don't sugarcoat anything for anybody, and you just gonna have to take it or leave it. That's just the type of person that I am. But I love the fact like this is only for your own good. As a people, it's only for your own good. And if men didn't support these types of women, they would change the tune. The canary would sing a different tune, and it would be a different story. But they're gonna always have support. It's always going to be people that men that need that kind of attention from women behind the scenes. It was always a thing, from the beginning of time, like even in the 1930s it was always a thing, you know women of the night. But they're not coming out at night anymore is what we're saying. We're like, we see you, and we're not here to judge you, but we're just saying like, you know we care. That's why we're talking about it.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you, and also you already have a subscriber down there in the chat. Can't Hide said that she would definitely support.
Oh, thank you. Like, so I'm under the Tomboy Chronicles now, so I'm gonna be like vamping up. I'm planning a trip so I can like put some vlogs together and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be like streaming a little bit more on my channel. It's just I took a big break and like I've been gone since like January, and only a couple of people been asking for me like where she goes. So I was like, ooh, I'm so sorry, y'all, but I just kind of I had a psychotic break, and I felt myself And I was like, I got to do something. I have to make some changes. I have to get on some new medication. So I feel better now. And even though I'm struggling, I know who I am, like, because I'm the type of person where I look in the mirror and I keep it real with myself. And I have no problems with accountability. I have no problems with saying, like, okay, girl, you need to change this if you want this kind of result, or you need to just because I want to be a better person.
Absolutely. And we should all strive to be better. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be better. So definitely, I appreciate you. All right. Well, I see that we have someone else that has joined the panel. We have Miss Olivia the Oracle, and she also has a channel here on YouTube. Make sure that you go and check her out. But what's up, Miss Olivia?
Hey girl, how you doing?
All right.
I just want to know why you felt like you got jumped on my panel, in particular by me, of all people.
Well, no,
I mean,
not in particularly about by you. I did say you tried to be fair. You
but yeah, you
tried.
said 3 people, but it was only 4 people on the panel, Faith. So that means you're including me. But see, you don't have. We can just talk about it. We are both adults, but I don't appreciate you. It's unfortunate. Let me say that you feel like you was jumped on my panel. That's weird to me. Because like I said, we're all adults here, and I'm confused, and I was just wondering if you could explain that to me. Why
Well,
you would do
okay.
that?
Let's go ahead and have the conversation.
Okay, appreciate
I
it.
felt as if, I was being bombarded from all sides. There was like a lot of people there. And the
Okay,
questions that were being asked, there was nothing wrong with your line of questioning,
I
but
know.
there was something wrong with people personally attacking me.
Well, I didn't personally attack you. We're talking about
No, no,
me.
no, no, no.
We're not talking about it.
When people
We're
were
talking
bringing
about
up
me.
my clothes and my timeline, that's personal attacks.
I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me. I didn't come on here to
Okay,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
else.
That's what I'm talking about.
I
You,
didn't talk
I think
about
you
your
said
clothes.
something about what I
Okay.
had on a couple of times, and that felt like a personal attack. And I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
What
take that
can you
back
explain? Can I?
because
You can take it
because
back.
okay,
I don't even
if
know.
we're
Like
hold on,
maybe it was
hold
an
on, hold on,
example.
hold
Okay.
on. This is
All
my
right.
panel. Please respect, the same way
And I
you want
absolutely
respect.
respect your panel, and I will hope you do the same for mine, which is
Right,
why
and
I'm
I
saying I'm
have.
still
I
respect.
have. I respected your panel. But
I
let me
absolutely
go
respect
ahead
your
and
panel.
answer
Because
your
I'm
first
up here.
question. Let
All
me
right.
answer your first question.
Okay. I'm sorry. I just can't. Sometimes people.
Because now I don't appreciate you making this into a beef show because this is
I'm
about
not making this a
facts.
beef show. I'm asking you a question. You made a
Yeah,
comment
yeah,
about
but
my
you but
panel
you're
face,
you're gonna
and I'm
have to
asking you why.
take
What do you mean a
it
beef
down.
show?
Take it down.
Excuse me?
Please take it down.
Okay.
Okay, now to answer your question. Yeah, I felt as if I was being bombarded from all sides. And I have a right to feel that way, and I have a right to
Absolutely.
express it. Now,
Absolutely.
now you have a right to feel the way you feel, but that's how I
Absolutely.
feel. That's how I
Absolutely.
feel.
I respect that. And I'm asking you a question about how you feel. That's the only reason why I came up here, because you were referencing my channel. And never would I ever try to have somebody jump you or gang bang you or whatever the hell you was thinking in your mind. But that was absolutely inappropriate. And
Okay,
a very
okay.
unfortunate thing to
Uh,
say.
hold
Now
on,
you're not
hold on,
letting me
hold on,
finish.
hold on. Take it down, cause now you're getting riled up a little
I'm
bit.
not
Now,
getting riled up, Faith. I'm just
yes, yes,
asking.
yes, you are.
I don't
Yes, you
even
are.
know what
And you're
brother
you're not
Taylor
just
was
you're not
over
just asking
talking
me a
me.
question at this point. You're getting hysterical at this
I'm not.
point.
Why
And
would I get
I'm
hysterical,
hold
Faith,
on, and
about a
I'm keeping
YouTube
my
channel,
normal voice
girl?
with you. So keep your normal
Girl,
voice with me.
this is my normal voice. You've been to my channel several times.
I know,
This
but
is my normal voice. Then.
I can get hyper too, and
I'm not trying to
I
get
know
hyper, Faith. This
that,
is my
I
voice.
know, but please try, just
I'm
try,
not cursing
because I'm
you. I'm not
trying right now. I'm
disrespecting
trying.
you.
I am really trying right now,
Why
Miss Oracle.
what? You trying to turn it into a beef and it's not. We two grown women.
Okay, all
Are you
right, yes,
okay?
I know that. I know that. But
Okay, so why would you think I'm trying to be funny with you? I turn your
you can't tell me that my feelings are inappropriate.
I'm not telling. I'm asking you why you felt that way. I didn't say anything.
Okay, you're
Everybody's
yelling
entitled to their own
again.
opinion.
You're yelling again.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Okay? I told it on
Right.
my
And
panel
and
yesterday,
that's my opinion. That's how I felt.
and I respect that. But I'm asking you
Okay,
why you felt.
Well, I felt that way because that's how I felt.
Okay. All right. And that's unfortunate. Because I would hate for you to feel that you had to be jumped in any kind of way on my panel. That's the only reason why I clicked the link. Like I don't even understand how you felt that way. But like you said,
If you go back and re-listen, you would probably understand why I felt that way.
Because people were questioning you about your video?
No, because people were using personal attacks.
Okay, well,
I don't care about people questioning me about my talking points. Mm-hmm. It's the personal attacks.
But I would never personally attack you, Faith. I don't have nothing against you. Nothing at all. And I hate that you feel like you had to take it there, because it's unfortunate. And we are all grown women here. And like I said, I mean, I don't have a thin skin. And so maybe that's why I'm not picking up on some of the nuances. You know,
and a person, hold on, Miss Olivia, and a person stating that they felt that they were bombarded somewhere doesn't mean that they have a thin skin. That's just me. That's just me describing, because I was over at Reaction Satisfaction and he asked me how I felt, and that's how I felt. And I'm not going to apologize for how I felt. That's just how I felt.
I'm not asking you to apologize, Faith. I've just asked you why you felt that way, and you said you felt that way because you felt that way. I respect that, but I feel, in my opinion, that you weren't bombarded on my channel, and I also hate that you felt that way. Like I really am offended by that you would think that I would bring you up as somebody to jump you, like we gangbangers or something. Really, that's what we doing, girl? I can't hear you if you're talking.
No, I haven't said anything. I was highlighting the comments here.
Okay, yeah, I hate that you feel that way, and that's on some real stuff, you know.
But Miss Olivia, that doesn't change the way I feel about you. I still respect you, and I still respect your content.
Well, I disagree.
Because in that particular situation, I did not feel comfortable.
Well, I hate that you hit the link if you weren't gonna feel comfortable.
No, I hit the link because I respect your platform and I went up there, but anything can happen, and I understand that. I understand that anything can happen. What I'm saying is, when it began to get to the point where it became uncomfortable, because it wasn't uncomfortable before I hit the link, it became uncomfortable. So I just left. And that's what anybody should do if they're in an uncomfortable situation.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree with that. You know what I mean? Because I've told you time and time again. I've told everybody time and time again. Everybody got a right to their own opinion on my channel. I'm not protecting anybody. We are all adults, and it is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, and I hate that you felt like you were jumped in any kind of way, because that panel right there yesterday with you was really mild compared to a lot of my other panels, and I felt like I was being fair and very respectful to everybody, and I did not appreciate you saying that you got jumped. And that is how I feel. That is my opinion. And I also feel like it's unnecessary for you to say that I came over here to beef with you, when I came over here because you felt like you were jumped. And I feel like it's unfortunate, because I wouldn't want you to feel that way at the end of the day. I'm not here for that. That was a serious conversation to me. But I don't protect anybody, because like I said, we are all adults. And that is my opinion. But as far as me trying to turn this into a beef, honey, it ain't never no beef with me. It's commentary. I done said that over and over again. I don't know however else I can say it. And as far as my tone of voice go, this is my tone of voice all the time. I don't appreciate you trying to imply that my tone of voice was erratic or hysterical or anything else, because that is just not the case. This is just my tone. It's unfortunate that you feel like you got to go there with people, because you really don't. Not with me, Faith. Because I told you I'm different on these streets. I'm very straightforward. I'm very blunt. And you don't have to do that with me. That don't make no sense.
But I do understand about the tone, because I get that too. So if that offended you, because I know people give it to me all the time, I just try to. I try to tone myself down sometimes, because I do know that
I don't tone myself down for nobody, because I'm good with who I am. That's another thing, another problem with people. They're not good with who they are. I'm good with
Well,
me.
no, when I say
Everybody,
tone myself down, I try to be respectful towards the other
I
person to
wasn't
be mindful
disrespectful
of
towards
how
you.
I'm talking to other people.
Do you
That's
feel
what I
like I
mean.
was talking to you disrespectfully? Because I was not.
No, no, I said that you were raising your voice, and I said, can you tone it down?
But this is just my tone. Like, what you want me to do? Whisper?
Okay, Miss Olivia, but I respect that you didn't feel good about my feelings. I don't know what you
No,
want me to
it's not
do
that
about that.
I felt bad that you felt like you got jumped. I felt bad. You felt bad because you felt like you got jumped, if that makes sense. It's not about my feelings, it's about how
Right,
you
but I
felt.
mean, just because I felt like I got jumped doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. I mean, I know that
I'm not
anything
saying
can
it's the end of
happen
the
on
world,
these
person. You
channels.
no, you're putting words in my mouth. I'm not saying it's the end of the world.
No, no,
I
no,
don't want
that's
you
what
to
I'm
feel
saying.
like
That
I
is
don't
what
want
I'm saying. That's me saying that, not
oh,
you.
okay. I don't want you to feel like it's the end of the world. I don't
No,
you to
I
want you to
don't
feel
feel like
like
it's the end
you
of the
was
world.
attacked.
You know, I basically moved on. When CK asked me the question, he asked me how I felt. I told him how I felt, and I'm done. I moved on.
Well, I would never jump anybody on my panel because if I wasn't, I don't have to jump nobody.
Well,
And I don't have to nobody
you
come
don't
up.
necessarily have to be the one doing the jumping.
Well, you said it was all of us jumped you. I heard the first part of your commentary. And that included me seeing as how I was a host.
Okay.
You know,
How can we move past this?
oh, I'm fine. Like I said, it's all YouTube content for me, but I came over here because you felt like you were jumped on my panel, and I think that is unfortunate because that was not to my intent.
Okay. Well, I accept that.
Okay.
All right. So, did you have anything that you wanted to say about the topic?
No, that's pretty much it. I was just concerned about what was said about me and my channel. Anything else about anybody else? I'm not here to throw stones at anybody. I gave my opinion as to your, your what you're planning to do on your channel because guess what? That is absolutely your right to feel however you want to feel about you or anybody else. That is your opinion. Just like it's my opinion or my right to comment on it, do commentary on it, or feel how I feel about it. I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna get up
Okay.
here and talk
But
about another person.
before you
Okay.
leave, I have something I'd like both of you ladies to address that I heard
Amen.
on this live stream. Hey, everybody. Um,
Hello, Miller.
regard, regarding the topic at hand about being courageous, and you having mentioned that it's your karma. And my question is to anyone that's willing to address this, what does karma have to do with courage? Why is it that people are
No,
going
no,
around
that was a conversation that I was having with Sister George down there in the chat.
regarding whether or not you are experiencing your karma and how the title includes courageousness? So I'm just trying to figure out whether or not courage includes superstitious beliefs.
Oh, okay. No, 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 no. Sister George was saying that this was an interesting turn of events, and I was responding to her comment. Her comment had nothing to do with the topic at all. It was just me and her chatting back and forth.
Okay, it had nothing to do with the topic. Okay. Because, you mentioned like, yeah, it's my karma. When you said, yeah, it's my karma, that's, that perked my ears up. I was like, wait a minute, she believes in karma? And I thought the title was about courage. So it was just perplexing. And also another introduction of remembrance is that where Olivia and yourself disagreed primarily as to why BMT, who's the brother on the panel now, so I can safely say his name because he knows I don't mean him any ill will. However, you were mentioned in a discussion between Faith and Miss Oracle about why a man would say, I'm not trying to get caught up in a situation of your girl's not dressing modestly. So that's where I thought you and Olivia may have had a, a disconnect as you know, considering her profession and perceptions and experiences as well as your own, and how his comments specifically and everybody's, you know, various opinions of him, you know, came into the conversation. So that's all I had to say. I wanted to bring clarity to what I'm hearing as an audience member, and I wanted you all to be sure that that's what some people might be hearing as an audience member. And so I came up here in the interest of clarity, not conflict. I'm going back out now, and it's, you know, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
No problem, Bella. Thank you for joining. All right, and BMT is on the panel. What's up, BMT?
Hey, what's going on? Um, what's going on, Faith? As always, you do another good show. Um, what's going on, Miss Olivia? I think I've heard of you only twice, but good to see you or hear you. Um, I got a question. I'm just asking y'all as female content creators. Do you ever feel that because do y'all ever worry as female content creators about certain content y'all can't put out because of the blowback from other women?
Me?
I'm just asking in general as content creators.
Okay, well,
You
I'll
know,
answer the question. No, I don't. I'm very confident in my content, and I said what I said, and I'm not changing it. So no.
Yeah, I have experienced being hesitant to say certain things as a female content creator. Early on, you know, when I used to be the Faith Jones channel, I said something to Black women about how a lot of men perceive them when they have babies by multiples of men. I said how they perceive you is that you are a used up womb. I did not say that they were used up wombs, but a lot of Black women they railed against me because of that statement. So you know, I had to learn to tone it down because I got a lot of hate behind that statement. So
You know,
yeah,
you know what?
I do. Hmm.
You know what, Faith? I hate when people say stuff like that. Let me tell you why I hate when people say stuff like that. People talk about single baby mothers and all of this and all that, right? How you know, for me, I never could have children. And I would love to have been a single baby mother or any kind of baby mother at all. I simply cannot have kids. So when I hear people make comments like that and people speak derogatorily about, you know, kids coming in this world, you know, however they got here, you know, that makes it's unfortunate to me because to me a child is a blessing. You know, that's just how I feel about that. I can't
Yeah,
have
I think so too. Like
childbearing, nothing.
I don't really get down on women because they're fertile and they've had children, but I try to be honest about, you know, some of the perceptions of some of the men out here. And it's
But see, here's the thing: I don't care about
Mhm.
no what no man perceives whatever to be. See, that's the difference between me and you. I don't care, you know. But as far as that, you know, I just want to say that about the kids. I think that kids, you know, get the short end of the stick when we're having these some of these types of conversations. Uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, and that's probably just because I was never able to have children. I was blessed with sisters that had, you know, children. So, you know, but you know, it's still a difference, you know. And so yeah, and I was mad at my own father for a long time because I felt like if I was out just being some kind of loose teenager, maybe I could have had a baby. That's crazy. It was just the crazy logic. Just going in my head. I had to get therapy for it. Now, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it was crazy.
okay.
Take a baby any way I could get it. I don't even give a damn.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could be a surrogate mother to your nieces and nephews, which you
And I
said
am.
that you are.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
you know, and that's an honorable role,
It
you know,
absolutely,
in and of itself.
it absolutely is. I take it. Yes, absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
just like you know, I tell women all the time, you know, don't be upset because a man, because a long time ago it was taboo for a man to tell a woman that he didn't want to date her because she has children.
I wouldn't have gave a damn if I could have had some kids.
And see, and that's the thing, you know, it took Black women a long time to get to the place where we were willing to listen to those hard hitting truths about our situations. And we have so many different situations that we need to heal from, accept, and move forward from.
Yeah, I guess I
So
can't
when
relate to this
BMT,
conversation. I guess I can't relate to that conversation. I see what you're saying though, but I guess I can't relate to that. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Everybody's not going to be able to relate to everything, but I see what you're saying. Absolutely.
yeah, when BMT asks, you know, if you feel hesitant, you have to like kind of broach subjects
Oh no, huh?
delicately. Yeah,
No.
I do feel that I have to be delicate because sometimes people are not ready to hear a certain thing as bluntly as I would put it sometimes.
I don't see any other way. I don't understand. What do you call it I don't understand subliminals because I'm very straightforward. I'm very blunt.
Mhm.
I don't get the subliminal thing.
No, like I said, I asked that as because y'all both are content creators, and as like I said, and it's y'all are well seasoned women, so it's fair to say that maturity and experience is definitely needed. Not saying that we're putting down anybody, which it seems like I feel a lot of people, which I respect you, Miss Olivia, when you said, "Hey, I don't, I'm not in that space, but I can respect y'all opinion of that." You know what I'm saying? So, but some people feel a certain type of way, like, "Whoa, why is she talking like that?" But Faith is talking from her experience, and you're talking from your experience. Um, I think sometimes I always wonder whenever certain people try to hold the line of accountability and
Mm-hmm.
say, "Hey, y'all girls, I get it. Y'all want to have fun and live your life, but y'all need to be careful being out there loose. You can't be like a man." And some women will get a
Well,
pushback. Well, why can't I be out there? And
well,
then,
it's not that you can't. It's just that I think that what's getting lost in that conversation is the
uh-huh.
fact that when it comes to young women, unfortunately, some of us don't always think before we act, in particular when we're young, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, as we live, but we learn and we grow, and young people are going to do what young people are going to do. And believe it or not, even though I'm a relic, I was
I don't think
once
you're a relic.
young.
I don't think you're a relic.
Right now, when
No,
some
you're
folks call
still
me
you're
young,
still young, Miss Olivia. You're
Yeah, I'm
still
gonna say you're
but
still
extremely
young.
young.
You're not old. You're not old
but
like that.
you know, but I think young people are going to make mistakes. But like I said, when we live, we learn, we grow. But my one thing my grandmama told me that I always kept with me was don't do anything that you think you're going to be embarrassed of in the future. Just don't do it. You
Yeah.
know. But like I said, we don't always think before we act. Faithful, and I think the solutions, reflection. What is his name? The fella. Anyway, he was talking about he did had a picture up with the Freaknik, right? I think it was like in 1994 or
Oh,
something
you
like that.
talking about reaction
Yes,
satisfaction?
I'm so sorry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I haven't even had no coffee yet, but I'm working on it. Reaction satisfaction. He was, he had a picture up with that, and I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if it's some titty pictures of me out there." Because I used to go to Freaknik. I mean, I live in it. I live in the South. But
Uh-huh.
never nothing that extreme like that or not. But like I said, that's one example of people just young, living their life. I was in college. But like I said, would I go to Freaknik now at my age or even 10 years ago? No, that's not my place. You know.
Right. I don't.
You know.
No, no, I think that's dope. That like how you talk about that, and that's taking accountability.
Was
That's
I supposed
why.
to be embarrassed about it? I would
No,
do
no,
it
no, no,
all
no.
over
You're not.
again.
No, no, no. Don't take that word as that.
Oh
But
yeah, I'm just saying.
no,
Let
no.
me say, baby. Let me tell you something, BMT. I would
Mhm.
do it all over again. Yes, I would, honey. Oh
Well,
yeah.
I'll see you at Black Bikers Week if you come out there. I'll see you at
I
Black
went.
Bikers
I
Week.
went in. I went in the early 2000s. Do they still have that?
Oh yeah, girl, they ain't stopped.
That
We
is
ain't never stopped that.
awesome.
Black
I'm too
Bikers, we
old to
still
do
out
it
here.
now, BMT. But I woulda if I was young, baby. I would. I'd be like,
You can
okay.
still come. Grab you a damn grill and put on the back of your man truck and come on out here and sell some food and have and
I'm
dance.
dressed so you think I can sell some fish sandwiches and some chicken wings?
As long as listen, as long as niggas eat damn chicken wings and fried fish, yeah, you can sell
Hell
that.
yeah. I
So
just caught me some catfish over the Memorial Day weekend. As a matter of fact, I'm going to fry up some now.
now the thing about it is I'm never going to. I think the loss of translation is y'all two are women with experience of knowledge, and
And we have,
sometimes
I think we live two different walks of life too. But guess what, BMT? It's nothing wrong with that. But I'm
there's
just
not no there's not. I don't think there's nothing wrong. I like hearing people with experience that live their life and
yeah.
they're trying. It's I don't. And the thing about it is, people take it as you're talking from a place of judgment rather than no. I'm talking from mentorship. I don't
Mhm.
want you I don't want you to stumble in my potholes that I stumbled in, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know,
Mhm.
I think that's okay. Like if I'm interested in a woman, I wouldn't mind bringing her around Faith, or sometimes if I knew you better like that, Olivia. Hey,
Mhm.
what you think of my gal? You know what I'm saying? But I'm already taken for it. But you get what I'm saying? There's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with bringing somebody or having a talk with somebody who's seasoned. But I think that is now being shamed. The discernment part is being pushed away, and that's where that class of a woman of discernment in class, because that protects you. Just like for me, I gotta hold men accountable, but then they'll say, "Well, you can't say that, BMT," and I'm like, "Well, when does the buck stop?" So I don't that's why I asked the question about do y'all feel that, hey, when y'all say certain things, people try to take away or misconstrue y'all talking points to say that y'all are judging them, y'all are talking down on them, or y'all think y'all better than them. You know, y'all feel like that happens to y'all a lot, but I see that happen a lot on some women's panels, and I just thought, oh, well, I guess the lesson was lost.
I'm just an old country woman, and I make sure that
Ain't nothing wrong
everybody
with that.
on my channel that I don't think I'm better than nobody else. Um, and I think people get it that I don't think I'm better than anybody else. But I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But somebody else that could think I think I'm better than somebody else. But I always try to keep it as humble as I can. I say what I say, and I mean what I say. I'm not going to everybody knows that when you come to my channel, you got to put your big girl panties on, you know, and it just is what it is because we are all adults. But as far
Well,
as that,
yeah, I'm not nobody's going on a crying tour behind that video from yesterday.
right,
I just answered a question that was posed to me. I didn't bring it up myself. And in answering that question, I spoke how I felt.
yeah, like I
Now,
said, everybody entitled to their own opinions, but I just really hate that you felt that you got jumped because that was not my intention. That's my issue.
now,
Okay, well, I believe you. If you come here and tell me that that wasn't your intention, Miss Oracle, then I'm going to believe you.
I don't think it was any of the ladies' intention, honestly.
Well, I don't believe that. Now that is where the buck stops with me.
Well, I'm just talking about, like I said, when I came on, let me just revert back and let me just talk about me. And saying as how was my panel. So you're absolutely right about that. So I'm just talking about me. And so that was not my intention.
now, now here's the thing I want to put is I heard y'all said that I don't have a problem with a woman bragging about her accomplishments of her success. I think that's taken as an insult. Of why is it that a woman can't brag about her accomplishments, and that's taken as an insult amongst other women?
I don't take it as an insult at all. You can brag about whatever you want to brag about.
No, 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 no. Hear me when I say that. So a woman saying, "Hey, I got my education.
Yeah.
I didn't do X, Y, and Z out there in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all other ladies, trust me, it's worth it if y'all just, you know what I'm saying? They will jump. I've seen them jump on that type of women when they
Mm-hmm.
talk like that, or when they say, hey, like, if y'all move like this, she's only talking, she's not talking down, but why is it taking? But I seen them do that to different people, women who have talked from, hey, y'all can make it here, y'all don't have to do that. Why is that taken that when a woman starts talking about her accomplishments or certain things that she should be able to brag about, that's seen as a disrespect, or that you think that you better than us, or you think you X, Y, and Z. I mean, nobody's equal. Nobody's equal. I don't know why we keep having this little mindset that everybody's equal. That's not plausible. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with that. There is a such a thing as better. There's a better in all things, even with people. Like you can have one slice of cake that is, moist and, delicious, and then you can have another slice of cake that's dry and lacking any flavor. The cake that's moist and delicious is better than the cake that's dry and lacking flavor. The same way that you can have a man that gets up every day, he's hardworking, he takes care of his family, he's, contributing to the community. He's going to be better than that guy that's a thug. He's doing home invasions and he is dragging down the community. There is such a thing as better.
Or
And I
could there
think,
be
I think
such
that
a
it's
thing
wrong for us to shame other people for saying that, hey, I'm better than that.
maybe better is not even the word that you used to want to use. Maybe on a different level. Because my grandmom used to tell me one ass ain't no better than the other, meaning one person is no better than the other person. And I have always been humble to serve the public. That's just how I move, right?
Right.
And so I have seen a lot of things. I have counseled a lot of different people. But what I have never thought was I am better than that person. So, but I think that we are all on different levels. I think that people have struggles in different ways, you know. And like I said, we live, we learn, we grow. When you know better, you do better, and for a whole lot of reasons. And then it's kind of see, it's kind of different on the internet, right? In real life, say you know this girl in the neighborhood, she done been through hard times in her life, and unfortunately, you see her, you went to school with her, but I don't know if this ever happened to y'all. I seen this girl one time, I went to school with her, right? Real pretty girl. And she was on the street and she was prostituting. And I was not even surprised because she had a hard life. You could tell she was abused in her home. She would come to school with black eyes. I'm talking about in middle school. So when I seen her on the corner, I was not even surprised. But I didn't think I was better than her. I felt like I was just on a different level than her right now. What I want to do is want to reach out and help her. You see what I'm saying? And so I think people everybody got their own demons. It's just how you choose to deal with them. And so, like I said, different levels, different devils. That's how I see it. So, yeah, that's just me, though. This is my opinion. But
No,
everybody got a right
and
to
that's
feel the way
that's
you want to
perfectly
feel.
fine, Miss Oracle. What you said is perfectly fine. But on the flip side of that, there's a difference between thinking that you're superior to someone. And I
Mm,
said that earlier on in my video.
mm,
That's where the white establishment got it wrong in treating black people as 3/5 of a human being
mm,
because they
mm.
felt superior.
That's
Agreed.
You
big.
see what I'm
That's
saying? But
deep.
it's a
Yeah.
difference in knowing that you are above certain situations
Yeah,
and
like I
being
said, different
superior.
levels, right? Right, say different levels, different devils, right? We saying the same thing now.
But that there is a better, and I think that there is nothing wrong with saying and acknowledging that there is something better.
See, like, okay, so like for this, Miss Oracle, right?
Mm-hmm,
If I like my daughter has dyslexia, okay,
mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna take my daughter to no damn uppity unicorn. But
Ugh.
I would definitely take. But hold on now, I'm gonna show y'all. But I'm going to take her to Miss Oracle. You understand?
Mm-hmm,
Because you're understanding and taught in that profession. You understand me? So
mm-hmm.
you're the better person for the job. You understand? So
Yeah,
if
in a situation like that, I agree. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you understand? I think that's where we have the issue where we
Mm,
have it where people who are seasoned and
mm,
have the better experience, the knowledge and know-how, they're
mm,
shamed or told
mm,
to be silent,
mm.
or told to be silent because, well, just because you got that or just because you're doing this, that don't make you any better than me. Faith, am I lying? It's happened on your panel.
Plenty of
Yeah,
times.
No,
plenty of
So
times.
But
I've
that
had
and that,
people arguing with people who have all types of certifications and
yeah.
under their belt they want to argue with them like they have the same
Look,
superiority in certifications, but you
'cause
don't. This
you
person is better
self-diagnosed.
than you in that aspect. I'm sorry.
I said you self-diagnosed. So if you just self-diagnosed, girl, what
Right. I mean, so Miss Oracle would be better to defer to in that situation because she is the better expert in the situation.
So, but now we'll have it where now this is why we're having the issue with the class, because I'm trying to take it to somebody who can get her the proper information and knowledge and guide this young woman properly versus we're going off of feelings. I get it. Hey, we want to have an equal conversation. I know everybody wants to sit at the table, but everybody ain't going to have the same height and same amount of girth at the table. So
mm,
this is why whenever Faith was talking about the class or Miss Olivia was talking about mental health, this is why y'all were having these issues talking about y'all classes and how y'all stood in these fields, because then it starts getting convoluted with other women. You know what I'm saying? This is for me as a man standing on the outside. This is where y'all message gets lost because all classes of women ain't the same at the same time.
that's different levels. Remember,
So
different levels.
and that's where sugar baby and classy woman, now they're convoluted. Now they, well, shit. I'm a classy sugar baby. Well, hold on, baby. We're not going down that road. I'm not going to compare the actual licensed therapist to that of the sugar baby. I need her to help my child. I'm not. You can't teach my child. I rather have her teach her. You understand? This is where we're going down a darker path of, is this where we want to go? And I know some people are not judging me. No, I'm just putting it out there like, yo, this is like we're having these issues where the people who can properly teach and educate and help people are being pushed to the side. And
Exactly. And also we got to stop having an issue with the word better. There's nothing wrong with being better. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get better if you're not there yet. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging that you could be better. Better, better, better. There's nothing wrong with that word. It's in the English vocabulary for a reason, because there is a such thing as better. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that doesn't mean that you're, thinking that you're superior over the person. You're not being judgmental. You're just calling it a thing a thing. You're just saying what it is. And I don't think that anybody should be shamed for it.
but see, that's holistically where this conversation is happening now. You spoke about how you want it better for black women. It's fair to say I think there's a lot of women who want better for black women. But in the destination of where they want these women to go, that's where it starts to splinter off into different branches. And
Mm-hmm.
and that's where we have a conversation like it was brought up well, like one time, and I have respect for Miss Atari when she said, "Hey, she doesn't have a problem with people. Forget love. Y'all just get the bag." And I said, "Whoa! When you start saying that, you're going down the dark path of Mister and Seeley, because you're telling, because that you're gonna have some hard times. And if it's about the dollar, but see, I'm talking from experience. If your relationship is about the dollar, it ain't gonna last, and that's why they always do that for better or worse. Versus if you want to just get treated like a dollar, then say it for what it is. And that's where I have a conversation like, whoa, I'm never gonna tell my daughter just get married for money, because then I know we can see a lot of men and women who get married for money and they're miserable as hell. Like you can't put a dollar on happiness. So these conversations that are happening that are getting thrown into other conversations and being put under the rug, they get dangerous. And that's the only thing I worry. Like, there's nothing wrong. I don't have no smoke with black women telling other black women, sis, you can do better, or you can have you don't have to stick it with him. You can go get a better man to treat you better. I don't got no problem with that. There's no shame in that. I don't see why I'm never gonna shame a woman in saying that, but I would want her to tell my daughters that. But in the same sense, I would also tell my son, I would tell my son the same thing. yo, you can do better. There's nothing wrong with telling people that they can do better. I think that's good.
Well, BMT, can you tell my nephew to marry this damn girl I want him to marry before I die?
you,
The hell?
Miss Oracle,
Tell him to do better.
you
Shit.
you can't make him marry the girl
you know,
now.
gonna threw that in at the right time, man. She threw that at the
Oh,
right time.
Jesus. I just got to thinking about that.
How
Ooh, but
long they been
anyway,
together?
well, see, they grew up together, right?
Huh?
And you know, she went to school, he went to school. They fooled each other off and on. The girl loved him to death, and he loves her, right? It's just that he gonna lose this girl, because his eyes is too big. All right.
Mm.
That's what he gonna do. He gonna lose this girl. But as BMT was up here talking, and you know, it got me thinking. You know what? Maybe I need to tell his ass to do better. Be a better man. You ain't no boy no more. Shit. You know you love that girl.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. I think the thing about it, and from my perspective as a man, sometimes the best deal's already in front of us, but we
Yeah.
think
Oh
there's
my
something
God.
else out. But see, you're so used to that, and the thing about it is, when you already have stability, people want to see what else is out there. Versus, that's why I always hear people say, "Oh, if you get with a person and it starts getting boring." No, 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 no. You're not telling the full story. Y'all supposed to make it excitement and fulfillment. That was on y'all.
Well, why
So,
do you think that the elders in his family BMT? Because you don't know none of us, right? So
uh
my husband done told him, his father's told him, of course his mama, you know, we all, you know, in our family, we got certain things that are required of us, right?
yes,
And my husband was 27 when he got married. I was 25, right? So, when I was young, that was they expected us to do that, right?
right.
And so I'm expecting him. But see, the thing is, these days, if you notice, young people, like I think that we were more adult back in those days. I mean, we did our, F-ish or whatever, but still, our mentals were more advanced, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because I think that, like, he's 27, but he's still on the mind of he's on the level of like 21 or 22. You know what I mean? He's not concerned about, the future right now. And maybe that's a part because it's gotten a lot easier for kids in general, especially black kids, because we don't want them to struggle at all. And so he's comfortable, right? Like he
hmm
really don't have to do nothing but go to work, and pay his own bills, and then, just really because he don't have no kids or nothing like that. But for that reason, he cook. We cook for him.
Y'all got to
Wash his
stop that.
clothes.
Y'all got
You
to
know,
stop doing that. Y'all have to stop.
and then my husband told me that he was like, if you want the boy, you make him stay at his own apartment.
hmm
You stop
Hmm.
doing anything for him.
You
You know
got
what I
to.
mean? He told him that, but oh Lord, he's so
So
cute.
no, 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 no. This okay. I got you. And I'm gonna say
He's
this
so
I'm gonna
cute.
say this out of love. I'm gonna say this out of love to the women, and then I'm gonna say it to the men. Ladies, stop making yourself so accessible, and stop being a yo-yo for a lot of these men. See, what they know, if I know I can throw you out and then pull you back in, throw you out, pull you back in, I don't value you.
You know what?
Because I
That's
always
great
say,
advice. Because I
because
think it's what you're doing to that girl. I really
because
do.
see, so because when you say on and off, on and off, on and off, see,
Yeah,
one thing about it, Miss B and T told me, listen, I ain't gonna always be here, nigga. Either you taking me or shit. Let's keep it pushing. Sex was
yeah.
good. We had some good times, but guess what? So I had to make some decisions. I had a week to figure it out what I wanted to do.
Mm,
Now
mm, mm.
that there's nothing wrong with that because she told herself, listen, if you feel like you can do better, leave me alone. And there's nothing wrong with a woman telling, just like Faye said, hey, you want to go do better, go on. So
Yeah,
you,
that's what I fear, BMT, because the girl is getting tired, and what she gonna do is she gonna find herself a husband because she a good girl, good woman, got her
so
own career,
and
ain't asking nobody for nothing, but
right,
she kind, she know how to take care of the home, because like I said, we country, and we always been
right,
raised up down here together, right? And just so much to offer, and what she gonna do is get snatched up by somebody else. And my fear for my nephew is one day he's going to regret it. And
and
like I said, all of us have talked to him and told, but you can only advise. You can't tell these
and
young folks
and
what to
that's
do.
the and that's the problem. Why a lot of young women are starting to hit the vitriol. It's not. Let me tell you why some of these women hit vitriol level, because they're like, damn, I just wasted 2, 3, or 4 of my years
Yeah.
on this one nigga, and
Yeah.
he never at one time try to
Yeah.
get me into that altar or
Yeah.
try to get me to
Yeah.
that altar.
Yeah.
And so
And
that literally that
Ken Hyde says something interesting too. She said, "Well, he's going to have to lose her to appreciate a good
no,
woman. So he might
Yeah.
initially have to lose a good woman to appreciate a good woman when she does come back in his life."
and
You're
that
right,
is so
Hank.
right,
My thing is when she married, she married. You know.
right. See, and that's the
He
thing.
gonna, and I hate that though. But yeah, it just breaks my heart to realize that you fist to lose this girl, and you love her, and she love you. Y'all been. They started. They was playing in elementary school together. They was raised up together. Like I knew her family. She know our family. Good girl. He's a good boy. And I just hate that. But it is him. She is ready. Of course, us females, we gonna be ready.
Yeah, women are ready
It's
faster than
just
men.
yeah, it's just
Mhm.
him. He's a knucklehead. A knucklehead.
Well, here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about it. See, when I enjoyed the project chick experience, I did, but after a while, I was like, damn. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, men know within 1 to 2 years if we want to marry your ass. We know within 1 to 2 years. I told mine. I said, listen, girl, I'm marrying your ass. You mine. When a man tell you that kind of shit, he ain't playing around with you, but because
And I
he already
think he,
knows
he do
if
he
I
do
don't.
want to marry her though, BMT. He do, but he just he got his eyes is too big. He got it's just he can't
BM,
focus.
BMT done dropped off. I don't know where he went, but BMT, if you want to come back, the link is at the top.
Yeah, I didn't even mean to change the play, but when he said whatever what he said, it's just my nephew popped into my mind immediately. And
No, but
because
it's this is a good discussion because I be wondering that too. Like a lot of times when guys are with a good woman, but he still want to be looking around, playing the field and everything. And I
yeah,
get so mad when I see it. Like you're gonna lose out on this good woman because you don't want to do right.
And it's the truth. That just bothers me. And so when he said whatever, I said, you know what? Let me ask a stranger something because we on this internet, and these people we don't know each other really, but I value a lot of opinions, and because I can't think in a man's way, you know what I mean? And my, of course, my hubby and my other nephews and my uncles, of course, they're gonna give their opinion. We all under the same mind. The boy need to marry the girl. So I was like, let me ask a stranger. But it's been on me real, real heavy
But
for a
this is
couple of days.
interesting too, Miss Oracle. Now, Chef Disaster is a man, and I respect his opinion. He
Mhm.
says that it could be that he knows something about the young lady that you all don't know.
That's possible. That's possible. Okay. You know what I mean? But she a good girl though. She's a good girl. She don't ask nobody for nothing. She went to college. She started her career. She got her own home, car. She not asking. She not trying to, just she don't present herself in a derogatory manner. We all done been young, and I'm sure she do her thing. She a pretty girl. But as far as when it comes down to I think I'm getting confused because, like I said, certain things were expected of us when we were around that age, you know, and I'm having trouble reconciling my mind with, what, younger people, you can't really, force that on them because, uh, I felt like at first, I was living my life and, when my family felt like it was time for me to get married pretty much it was time for me to get married, you know. And so for that reason, we gave a lot of these kids a lot, more leeway about some things. And so maybe that's the problem. So I don't know, but it's
Well,
unfortunate.
it's kind of like what BMT was saying earlier about how we coddle our kids past adulthood. Because I'm
Yeah,
guilty of it too.
yeah, I am. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
Yeah, because my son, he's in the same boat where he's on his own and everything. Don't get
Mhm.
me wrong. But he's like kind of still, mama this, mama that, running
Yeah,
back to me for everything. And I
yeah,
have to learn to stop,
yeah, yeah.
coddling and stop helping and let him pull himself up sometimes.
Yeah, my husband been telling me that for years. But see, when I got 2 rounds of nieces and nephews, right? So the first round was 5 girls, and he was the only boy, right? So of course, all of us females in the family are gonna want to treat him a certain way, you know, and that's carried on to his adulthood. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that might be the problem because he don't think he need a wife because he get everything he need from the females in this
Oh,
family.
oh, girl, yeah, that you is inhibiting that girl from getting married. You better stop looking for
I'm
that boy.
thinking that's
Stop
what I'm
looking
thinking.
for him. Stop doing his laundries. Just stop. And then he gonna look around and say, "Damn, hell, he
But
needs to be learning how to do some of that stuff for himself."
if I just can't, I can't not cook for the child and wash his clothes.
Girl, that man is gonna find a way to eat.
I know, I know.
Girl,
But I'm IT, and I can't help it. I love my babies, but
but you know what? Woman Sphere had me cracking up when she told Sister George. She said, "Sister George, curling gonna eat."
it is the truth. It is the truth, And but I am not. I will get up out my bed when this boy that came in with his friends, and fix them a little something, something, right? But say Mr. Oracle come home and he want a specific thing, and I done cook something else. Girl, he on his own, but not my nephew.
Now, see, that's wrong. That's wrong.
I
And
know.
I know your husband probably feeling some kind of way about it. He probably he probably looking at your nephew like, I wish you would get the hell out of here so I can get my wife back.
He's
You
like,
know,
what's wrong with you, boy?
give your husband his wife back. Your nephew got a woman that's ready to be his wife, and you standing in the way.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, Faith. He real two-faced. I'm talking about my husband. He real two-faced, right? So he'll tell me that I need to let the boy stand on his own and all of this and all of that, right? But he'll turn around and take him out there in that shed, and they be having whole conversations, right, about him not having to worry about nothing. We here for you as long as you need us to be, and all of this here and all of that there. And then to turn around and tell me you need to let the boy stand on his own. I think the boy getting mixed messages. He don't know what to do.
Yeah, he needs to, if he's gonna tell you to be stern and do the tough love thing, he need to be right behind you doing the same thing.
Exactly. But see, he want to be the good guy, right?
Yeah, he wants you to be the bad guy. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? My husband used to do that to me.
Mm.
He used to
Right.
put a battery in my back so I
Mm.
can do the dirty work, and then I look
Mm.
around, everybody mad at me.
Girl, girl. When it comes to these kids, we be on one accord about everything else. But when it comes to these kids, he refused to be the bad guy. Refused. Because we consider them our children. That's as close as we ever gonna come. You know what I mean? And so, like you said, he want me to be the bad guy.
No. See, your husband ain't slick. He is not slick at all.
So if he even sabotaged me with the damn dog, okay?
How do you do with the dog?
The dog, me and the dog don't get along, right? Because sometimes me and the dog is in competition for the man, okay? So what the dog will do is the dog will give me the side eye and I give the dog the side eye, right? But when Mr. Orca come home, that's the sweetest dog in the world. He just love everybody. But when it's just me and him, like now it's just me and him, he give me the side eye all day. And then for a long time, my husband thought I was doing something to that dog.
What?
Yes, he did.
Now the dog gonna come between you and your husband.
The dog is shady. I can't stand the dog. But I love the dog. I love the dog, but the dog is petty. And I just figure we are all petty in this house. Yeah, the shade is real. But you're right about
The
that.
shade is real, but you know what? That is all love though, and I like hearing stuff like that.
It is. I mean, but it's hard. Like for the real stuff, it was hard for a long time. But I think when you get a certain age, you realize it just is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. But me and that dog don't get along. But
I
you're right
see.
about my nephew.
I see that BMT is back. He on the road driving.
Okay, yeah, yeah. But I
Hold on.
appreciate what he said. Really.
BMT, get back.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? No, I enjoyed having a well balanced conversation. That we don't always have to agree, but we can have the conversation. So I'm just having it, and I appreciate the dialogue. The last advice I could give you about your y'all gotta let him you gotta let him feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you gotta let him feel. I think that's a problem why a lot of men are becoming jellyback and
Mm,
weak
mm,
because they sometimes we mean well, mama, you mean well, but you
mm,
need to let that boy feel.
mm,
And that's even for you too, Miss Oracle. I know you say he's a good boy, but
mm,
sometimes good boys they gotta feel too. And so
mm,
it's okay. It's okay. My
mm,
nephew had a feel when he lost his girl. And I said,
mm,
you're playing around with her.
mm,
You playing around with her. So guess what? We told her, leave. You don't need it. You don't have to tolerate him. And he was
mm,
mad. He was mad at us. But I said, you need to feel that sting because you're wasting a woman's time. A woman don't have time to waste. So you
yeah,
wasted her time.
yeah.
And so he was mad at us, but we did that out of love. Now the
Mm,
same thing. And so and sometimes that can build up and cause vitriol for a woman. So that's why sometimes you get some good women who get picked up by the bad boy because they'll take advantage of when they're in a vulnerable state. Like, damn, I did all that for that good guy. Shit, I might as well go this. And so to keep from that to happen, I rather tell her, you know what, he sees the value in you. Go to him. Since my
mm,
nephew don't see that in you, and sometimes you got to tell the good, you got to give the good guy the tough love. So
mm,
I'm all for that. I can appreciate how you give tough love, Miss Oracle, just like
mm,
Faith. Faith gives tough love. I think that's a problem. There's a difference between abusive content and
mm,
tough love content. And there's nothing wrong with holding the accountability and just
mm,
saying calling things for what they are, you
mm,
know. And you have a humbleness when you're saying, hey, I'm not saying I'm better than you ladies, but I am trying to let y'all know, like, hey, I'm not bullshitting with y'all. Faith is the
mm,
same way. That's why I rocks with her on that. You
mm,
know, damn if you do, damn if you don't. You don't say anything, they get mad at you because you held back the information. You say
mhm,
something, how dare you, Auntie Oracle, tell me that about myself? How dare
mm.
you, Mama Faith, say that? Well, damn, what you want? Did you want me to say something or not?
You know what? You're right about that. I do agree with that.
Yeah, that's the reason why I put in the title. You have to have courage to be not be liked.
Yes, you do.
You
Yeah,
just
you have to realize that you're not for everybody. Is not for everybody. And that's just how it is, Faith. Everybody is not for everybody. But you always got to be for yourself, and you got to hold tight to your own moral compass. And that's why I say everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You know, and so yeah, yeah, yeah. But you're right about that boy though, and you're right about that. I am going to have a conversation. Um, you know, with
You
with the young lady.
you sit them both down. You know what? You could sit them
You,
both down for a dinner. Sit them both down for a family dinner, and y'all can have the conversation. No turn around.
you
You know, I'm
bargain,
Southern
and I
too.
can.
No turn around. No distraction. Say, hey,
Mm,
all right, guys. Now,
nephew,
what I'm gonna
you
do,
gonna
I'm gonna
sit with me
start
at
winding.
dinner with.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, BMT.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I was answering like Miss Oracle. That's what you need to do. Have a family dinner, and y'all have an accountability talk.
yeah,
And that's all there is. And then because you're bringing her into a class of your family, you know what I'm saying? That's why
mm,
I like it when y'all now talking about class because we need to start pulling the people with class and values in, rather than
Mhm.
letting them stay out. Build a good
mm,
team. So if
mm,
that girl's a good class, let her know like, hey, If he don't see you, you always welcome to come around. But don't be wasting your time with my nephew. You know,
Yeah.
and I encourage that with Faith. Faith, I hope to see your classy panel. I can't wait to see that. Do we got to dress up for
Thank
your fan?
you.
Do we got to dress up for your panel like you did like you made us
Oh,
do last
yep,
time?
you got to dress up. You can't be coming
Oh
in here
God, man, I'm
with the
not getting my
booty.
hair done every
You
time I
can't
get on
come
that
in
panel,
here
bro.
with the penis
Uh-oh.
pics, no penis prints. You can't have your booty out. I
Ooh,
don't want to see no nipples. Y'all
ooh,
got to come in here dressed.
ooh.
No, 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 Miss Oracle, you know she made us do that one time, right? For
Uh-uh.
no, she made me and D
I
Darrell get
did.
dressed up. She made me and D Darrell get dressed up. She made me go get my hair retwisted. She made
Uh-oh.
all of us go put on collared shirts
Uh-oh.
and blazers just to
Uh-oh.
get on the panel. I,
I bet
Faith does not play when she makes people dress up for her events. She
I
will
bet y'all
literally
look
made
nice.
us.
Did they look nice, Faith?
They look so nice. They look like gentlemen. I was so
Yeah.
proud of them.
Yeah, that's all right.
I,
Sometimes you gotta make them dress up,
I
Faith.
was
I know
happy.
that. Sometimes, cause they rather go around
I
in
was.
their t-shirts and their jeans, child, and them dang on boots forever. So yeah, I get
Oh
that,
my.
Faith.
Do they out there where you at? Cause out here they like to wear them sandals with them socks all the way up to the ankle.
Oh, girl, the black socks with the
Yeah,
Nike flip flops. Oh
I
Lord,
hate that.
oh Lord, I hate it too. I hate black socks. I refuse to buy them with them dang on flip flops. So yeah, you right. Ain't nothing wrong with making them dress up every once in a while.
Now, I'm gonna go ahead and start winding it down. There's a video that somebody's been wanting me to play, but before I do that, I'm gonna have everybody that's on the panel right now give their final thoughts, and then I'm gonna go down to just myself and play that video, and then I'm going to sign out.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead, Miss Oracle, and start with you. What are your final thoughts?
Well, thanks for having me on, first of all. And I hate that you felt like you was jumped, but thank you for explaining your stance. And so yeah, I hate that. And thanks to BMT for giving me that word of advice. Because sometimes it's good to hear something from somebody outside of your circle, And so yeah, but I appreciate it. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is the first time I was over here, but I appreciate you.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you too, Ms. Oracle. And like I said, I always appreciate your pithy words of wisdom because you have tons to offer, lady. I mean, I listen to your content more and more, and the nuggets of knowledge that you have to share. I just want to let you know I see you and I
Thank you.
hear you. So I appreciate you too.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, y'all have a good day. Thanks for talking to me, BMT. Thanks for having me on, Faith, and y'all have a good day.
All right.
Okay, bye bye.
BMT.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna throw this out here, y'all. Before people started really wearing suits and outfits, y'all do know Faith did start that before Kevin Samuels really jumped up because we were doing that on the BBN, and Faith was like, "Y'all, black people want to see class." Remember when you said that to us, Faith, in the mass email? And we at first we pushed, and then we said, "Okay, let's do it." Now all of a sudden, people starting to wear and all kind of stuff. So, Faith said, "I told y'all these they wanted to see," and now all of a sudden people say, "Well, that's classy." I'm like, "Well, damn, Faith did call that." So sometimes it doesn't hurt to break the ground and stand alone. It doesn't hurt because now you got different networks. They're trying to show some class and some so like they have some kind of you know like they have some kind of reservedness or conservativeness about themselves, which we do like nice things. So I think Faith, don't be afraid to go out alone. You got people that have your back and down on the stuff with you and your man. That's all you need against the world. Y'all two, and you stand on your resolve. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the BBN, we support you. You know what I'm saying? You're one of the founders on building a balanced perspective with men and women. And that's why I think when people come at you about manosphere men and all that stuff, well, because a lot of men respect Faith because she does not sugarcoat. And that means that guess what? She's grounded. You can't fight the truth, especially when she was dropping statistics on us. I'm like, damn, I actually looked that shit up. That shit was actually real. So
Oh yeah,
it
a
happens,
lot of a
y'all.
lot of
So
guys,
we
the
we need to
minister
start
guys
encouraging
hated
people
when I was
who
dropping the
bring the
statistics.
research, the classiness, and also the great content that actually allows us. And I hope that we get more of that because y'all deserve that.
Facts, facts. Well, again,
And
BMT,
they
I
came around. Some
appreciate
of them
you
started
as
coming around.
well.
They said, "Damn, she right."
Oh, can you hear
Actually, we
me?
started using some of her shit, but they made sense. So you can't get mad when the statistics are. You can't get.
I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
I think there's a
I hear you.
delay. All right, guys. So that was the wrap up. I think there was a delay with BMT because he's driving and he's using a cell phone. But I appreciate BMT as well. And you guys go over to his channel and hit the subscribe button because he talks about a lot of community issues over there at his channel as well. And that is Business Minded Talk. Go over there, subscribe to his channel. And Olivia the Oracle, make sure that you go over to her channel and you subscribe to her channel as well. She has a lot of wisdom and a lot of different topics, and she's fun. She's fun. We dusted it up a little bit over there on her channel. But guess what? I'm not gonna go on a crying tour and be like, "Oh, my butt hurt. I got jumped." No, I'm not gonna do that. Miss Olivia was fair and what she did over there as far as moderating her channel, and so I give her all the respect and definitely all the support. For how she handled herself in that situation because I know it's got to be tough. It's tough being a moderator. So I shout out to Miss O, and you guys get over there and you subscribe. So Water Sniper has been down in the chat room this entire time, and he has been asking me over and over again to play this video. So I'm at Water Sniper's channel.
Oh, look at.
Okay, hold on. It started playing before I could get myself acclimated here. So all right, so I'm Water Sniper. If you're down there, I am going to play the video, y'all. So let me see what this is. This is on Water Sniper 2, Water Sniper and the number 2 channels right here. You can see that, and you can go to his channel and subscribe as well. He has a lot of really good shorts. And the name of this video is At the Faith Factor versus the Fake Sisterhood. Wow. All right, let me play this. Let me go ahead and play this. Let me turn my volume down as I don't want to echo. I wanna see what this is about. This looks like it's gonna be funny.
Oh, look at her. And she gonna be ashamed of herself coming out looking like that. Hey girl.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine. I'm on my way to work.
Well, call me when you get home.
Okay.
What a sniper! Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Stop. Hold on. I gotta stop this. Hold on. Y'all done got me over here laughing. I am cracking up right about now. Water Sniper. Water Sniper, I'm gonna get you. Water Sniper set me up with that one, y'all. Yeah, that is 1000% me. That is 1000% me. Water Sniper, you got me. You got me. All right, y'all. You know what? This has been a great live stream. I enjoyed every single one of you. I didn't get a chance to shout out all of my early birds, but I do want to say I appreciate everybody for coming in, supporting the video, all the people that came up on the panel, Tomboy Chronicles, Miss Olivia, BMT. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you. Miss Woman Sphere made a cameo appearance, and you guys check out her Talk to Me Nice podcast channel. It is lit over there. Definitely subscribe to both her channels, her Woman Sphere channel and the Talk to Me Nice podcast channel. And with that, guys, you know what? Water Sniper, I'm done. I'm done with you. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my sound is going out. Okay, I'm sorry. My sound is I had to turn my volume back up because I had to turn it down when I played the video. I hope you guys can hear me now. But Water Sniper got me, y'all. He got me. That is 1000% me to a T. But at any rate, I love all of you. Okay. I love everybody that hit the panel. Like I said, shout out to Tomboy Chronicles, Miss Olivia, BMT. You know, I appreciate you guys for coming through, hitting the link. And also, Miss Woman Sphere, you know, thank you so much for making an appearance down there in the chat, for supporting my stream. And I just want to say I love all of you, every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. With that, I gotta say, peace. I'm out.